Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to the GV stream, ladies and gentlemen. Going live on the March 4th, 2026. Once again, live in the mornings, a little bonus stream. Currently, schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, around 2 to 3 p.m. Mountain Time starting time. However, today's a good example of probably going to be later if I do go live, just because there's something that we have to do today. So, yeah. On those days, I'll try to basically go live in the morning if it's possible to do so, because we are in the process of guiding Bloodborne. We're doing pretty well. We're going to be starting the DLC literally right now. And technically, we've already started the DLC. So just to recap, if anybody doesn't know, you want to, you need to progress. I think you have to beat Vicar Amelia, and then basically you walk outside to where the Cathedral ward is, and there's a hand that comes down and grabs you. And if you've defeated Vicar Amelia with the old hunter, Eye of the Bloodshot Hunter, or something like that, then you will be transported to the DLC. However, the DLC is insanely difficult, so I definitely would not recommend it until literally the last thing. And you have to do it before the final boss, or final bosses. Because basically, as soon as you defeat the final boss, the game will end. So if you want to do the DLC, you have to ideally wait until literally the very last thing, when the Hunter's Dream is on fire, pretty much. Now, also, I want to change up how we're looking really quick for the new leg of the playthrough. Maybe this? Maybe that? I kind of like the really flowy stuff. This kind of looks cool, though. Yargul. You know what I really liked was the charred hunter guard. Yeah, I like that robe there. So maybe we put that on as well as the knight's wig. Oh, yeah, look at that big flowing collar. Okay, kind of like that. I kind of like the Yargul helm, or the black hooded iron helm, a little bit more, though. Maybe we can find something here. Let's take a look at the legs. Maybe there's something interesting we can use. Black church trousers / dress? Yeah, that kind of looks good. And then for the gloves, maybe knight's gloves. This would be a tinge of red, but we really can't see it. Okay, I dig that. What's up, Dark Autumn 12? What's up, Perry the Berry? What's up, Lurkers? Welcome to the stream. Okay, so here officially starts the DLC. We'll kind of go through it normally, just because if we don't, we're probably going to get obliterated. Because this DLC is extremely hard. So we definitely want to get like all the blood echoes and stuff that we can get. So probably also be maybe about a 2-hour stream or so. I need to head to the gym after this and also prepare the house to be looking good. So yeah, probably a 2-hour stream or so. Okay, hello. Alright, so immediately we have the old hunter. Yeah, so immediately we have the old hunters. This DLC is called the Old Hunters DLC, and basically they're just, from what I understand, this is like, you know, going back in time, pretty much. And yeah, the old hunters are no freaking joke. They will fight you in a one-on-one fight, and they are extremely difficult. That guy there was using the Beast Cutter, which I would love to use as a weapon one playthrough. I wanted to use it here, but unfortunately it's just a little too wacky. It's basically like a gigantic serrated whip. That's kind of like the next big playthrough I do want to do when I get a chance, is the Beast Cutter. Kind of have to come here super early, though, to get it. So, yeah, it just doesn't really fit for a guided playthrough because it's just unconventional in terms of how the weapon works. But I do want to use it. Old Hunter gloves. There's also an Old Hunter set around here you can get the whole set of. It's pretty cool. Nothing, like, amazing. That's honestly one thing I wish Bloodborne did a little bit more of, was have some more interesting clothing sets, because most of them look pretty safe. I got the same sort of guy. So this thing has an insane range. But we can parry him. One, and then... Realize that wasn't parry there. Luckily, our mace damage is pretty damn good. Surprisingly. Okay, more blood vials. Let's go. Ooh, this beginning place is a little bit tricky to explore, if I remember correctly. This is basically the Cathedral ward, but back in the day, back in the old Hunter's day. There's going to be some dogs running up as well. They have their skin now, so that's good for them. I think they run up right around here. Is this guy alive? Oh! Okay, like right around here, I do believe. Hello! Okay. That takes care of that. We got this whole section down here. Yeah, I do kind of want to explore everything in the DLC just because the DLC is so juicy. So much fun stuff everywhere. You can see we're still getting twin bloodstone shards, which is surprising. It's a really old upgrade mechanic. Upgrade mat at this point. Yeah, and there's like a mechanic where they're scared of you. Which is interesting. I think it's to show that, like, they just fear the old hunters or whatever. They don't really fear you much in the modern day. But here, they scared it. What's up, William Stevens? Welcome in. I'm doing wonderful. Hit me, boy. Another beast cutter, huh? So hard to parry these guys. Alright, come on, man. Do something else. Now, I noticed there I continued to attack because I could tell, like, if I kept attacking, I would restore even more health. What is that? Alright, so there is a flaming ball up there, which we'll have to activate. Eventually, it'll kind of kill all those ads on the staircase. Let's go explore all this stuff, though. Real quickly. Madman's knowledge. Okay, we got an old hunter in the corner. What's this guy doing? Is he, like, straight up glitched? Hello? This guy's got the boom. Blood gems are always good. That might have been an upgrade there. Nice kill. Thank you. You release my storms when you open that bag. Block your one way home. And you'll never get back. Okay, this place is largely closed off, so you don't have to explore too much. What's up, guys? Now, if they straight up were just passive and never attacked me, I wouldn't kill them. But then they just switch. I think they're little opportunists. They attack you when you're dealing with an old hunter. Little nasty opportunists. Okay, now the DLC is relatively short and sweet, but there's tons and tons of stuff. Like, there's honestly tons of hidden stuff here. So there's an item over there. The question is, how do we get it? You release my storms when you open that door. Whoa! Hello! Lock your one-way home. Okay. That guy's got the Beast Hunter safe, which is a really cool weapon. One of my favorite playthroughs was using that because I feel like no one ever talks about this weapon, ever. It's kind of like a little curved blade. Oh boy. Okay, if we can parry him here. Jesus, what is that range? My God. Yeah, one of my favorite weapons there. That weapon is super duper slept on. What's up, Shayna? Welcome in. Yo, what up, Shayna? Yo, what up, Shayna? Alright, so you just gotta remember that item right there. There's like a little bit of a secret item there to go grab. You release my storm. Whoa! When you open that bag, like your one way home. Okay, again, continue to attack there, even though he was already dead, because you can still get more HP. So I guess you drop down here to get this. What is that? Like a little puppy statue. I never even noticed that. What's up, guys? Just hanging out. Just gonna bash you real quick. Oh, hi. Let's go. Do your big move. Oh, shoot. Shoot. They're just so fast. That's kind of the challenge with these guys. Come on, do something. Ooh. Not doing a great job fighting this guy. No, let's switch over to this. Come at me! Come on. Your cool weapon versus my cool weapon. Ha! Yeah! Yeah, I think this guy's a little more tough because he's got the blood red eyes, or the red glowing eyes, which is was a thing since Demon Souls, I think. When enemies have red glowing eyes, they're a little bit tougher than usual. They sound constipated just a bit. Maybe that's why they're so angry. Maybe they just need to take a nice plop in a toilet, and then they can relax a bit. Did we get that one weird item? Where is that? There's still an item over there, too. Yeah, we did, but I don't even remember what it was. It was a blood gem? Oh, no. It's right here. Okay. Yoink. Beast cutter. Oh, okay, so there it is. Yeah, when I do a playthrough with that weapon, no idea how viable it is. It's basically a gigantic whip, but it's super cool. I think it's good. Like, I think I've heard it's good. You release my soul. Oh, what's up, E-lad? They just gotta poop. Let out all that aggression. Poop therapy. Okay. Now, if there's a flaming ball down there, there's a side passage with a very tough enemy, I do believe. And then where did this go? This goes back. Oh, yeah, that's actually a shortcut. Okay. I'm glad I looked over there. You release my storm. Ha! Yeah! Alright, so we're gonna pull this. Very tiny shortcut. Also, we missed an item over there, so let's go grab that sucker. This is where we fought one of the first old hunters. You release my storm when you open that bag. Blocked your one way home. Now you'll never get back. Just did the same exact thing. What's up, Jack Williams? Welcome in. Yeah, I basically, like, it was a time where I thought in the moment I needed to step away from YouTube, but ultimately, a lot of things boiled down to the meditative practice of just letting attachments go. I think when you could tap into that, especially in Western society, it's a really empowering thing. That's something I got into recently, but all I'm saying here is that in the moment, I thought it was best for me to just throw in the towel for YouTube in general. But I think doing that and then stepping away from it and streaming for a bit kind of cleared my head a bunch. Now I'm able to treat it much more healthily. So I did for a while, especially streaming. Took a big step away from streaming. Honestly, in the long run, it was a really good thing because it kind of pushed me to start voice acting, and then that basically became like the second thing I've been doing. Bum, 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 do, do, do. Okay, so that's done, right? So now we just got this big fiery ball. Whee! Alright, now the guy that walks out of that door up there is scary as hell. He's actually genuinely really difficult to deal with, so I'm gonna have to focus. Old hunter garb. I think we got every item other than that, though, up to this point. Lost a lot of weight. Second time lucky? What do you mean by second time lucky? But yeah, lost a ton of weight. And now I'm just basically trying to pack on some muscle. You release my storm when you open that bag. Black your way home. Bubble, double, double. What's up, very happy? Welcome in. Voice acting is going super well. I don't really like to talk about it much because I like to keep it separate. However, I will use my talents in the stream and in the videos, obviously, because I think it spices them up a little bit. But yeah, going super duper well. I try to keep it like a separate business, though. What's up? This guy right here is terrifying. Assuming I can parry him, though, right? Yep. Didn't have confidence. Ow. Was that not a parry? My God, this guy's impressive. Wow! It's massive damage. This guy's always a massive damage. Every single time. He just does so much. Booba dooba 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 doo. Come on, man. Stay still, webcam. Just stay. Doo 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 doo. 5 to 6 years ago, you lost a lot and put it back on. Yeah. That's happened probably like 2 or 3 times in my life. I don't think up until this kind of like last bout of weight loss I ever really had a truly healthy relationship with food. Which, for anybody out there that wants to learn from my mistakes, honestly, the less restrictions, the better. You really want to focus just on intuitive eating, putting the fork down when you're full. It's really that simple. That honestly has been the most healthy way I've ever lived in terms of weight loss, weight gain, yada yada yada, calorie counting, etc. Hey, awesome, very happy. Oh, you're very happy mushroom. Ah, I remember you. Okay, relax. Oh, let's go, mister. You and me. Gotcha. Ha, yeah. Alright, now we gotta focus for this guy. This guy's terrifying. He just deals so much damage. He's so aggressive. Constantly attacking. We don't even really have to kill him, actually. Because what's in there we're not even going to be able to do for a while. But... that guy's got 1 HP and he's got my blood echoes. There he goes. Alright, you and me, big boy. Good with that. Don't want that. Come on. Oh. actually unreal that he did that twice. Both times he killed me with counter damage, meaning I'm like literally in the midst of a roll or something, which is why it deals probably like 70% of my health bar. That guy is such a pain, man. Every single playthrough, this guy's annoying to deal with. Booba dooba 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 doo. Ba 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 ba. I'm so practiced now, like to even die from like a normal enemy that's not a boss is just like, oh my god. Yeah, stones. It's always an interesting difference in American and English culture. English culture. Right, let's try this again. This guy's being a giant pain in my ass. Let's cut this charade. You are no wife of mine. Bop. Bop. Whoa! My God! Just immediately. Okay, dude. Alright, come on. Let's fight. You and me. Equal playing ground. I don't know what it is about this guy, but he's throwing me off so hard. Okay, that time I knew it. We won't take more suffering from you. We are the men What is the range on that? Oh my god. It's like a mile away. There's like a weird... Oh my actual god, I cannot believe I've died 3 times in this guy. There's like a really weird thing. I don't know if it's this weapon specifically or what, but I'm trying to like tap L1 to just have the one-handed so I can shoot him to parry him, and there's such a massive delay. I don't know if it's specifically the Whirligig saw. It almost looks like he does something too in the middle of it. Like, I'll show it here. So I want to fight things with this, but then if I want to shoot to parry, I switch, and I'm spamming the L2, and it takes so long. So like, okay, L1, and then just that like X amount of seconds just has killed me so many times. I don't know if it's like specifically just untransforming this weapon and it takes that long for this weapon specifically, but man, oh man. Alright, if I died at this guy a 4th time, I will be severely disappointed in myself. Hold on, hold on, hold on. There's like 40 blood echoes up there too, 40k. This is ludicrous. You have my blood echoes? A little punk? Spare us. Oh, spare us, please. Yeah. Alright, come on. Whoa! Immediately out of the gate. There we go. But we're on the stairs, so I can't even do the parry. Oh, God, sorry. Woo! Oh, come on! God, we're getting nothing with this guy. Yeah. Cool bell attack, I know. Just one good parry. There it is. Jumping attack to end it. Hi! My God, he was still in the iframes when I did that jump attack. Holy moly. Yo, adios, Jack. Most likely not going to still be on. I will most likely be pumping some iron. But have a good day. Okay, let's go up in here. We got a big flaming body. eye pendant. I want to read all the stuff that's weird like that, too. Eye pendant. Eye pendant that unlocks the surgery altar. An eye pendant which unlocks the surgery altar. There are 2 cathedrals in the Hunter's Dream. One lies past the River of Blood, and the other contains the private research hall of the Healing Church. Only chosen members of the Healing Church or their lamentable patients can enter the research hall using this eye. Grant eyes to the surgery altar skull. Which is interesting, because I definitely probably would have just completely passed this up. I forgot you actually need that to continue. You can probably guess that guy right there is a boss, and indeed, he is one of the hardest in the entire game. The first boss that we're going to find in this DLC is, ironically, I think, literally the hardest boss in all of Bloodborne. It really comes down to him or the final boss of the DLC. They're both extremely hard, but I think the final boss is much more, like, learnable. The first boss we'll find here is just so unbelievably aggressive and much harder to, like... It's one of those where, like, the camera can really mess you up, whereas the other one, I feel like you have much more control. Oh, I was forgetting about that one. Alright, so you want to destroy these guns. You can also bait that guy out. There's also a gun right there to trick you. Oh my god, the foot emote. It's been 1,000 years. 1,000 years since the foot emote has been uttered in this chat. And 1,000 more years shall pass before it is seen again. Let's go. Alright, boom hammer guy. Oh shit! I just... No! You piece of actual shit. He actually threw a timed Molotov, which perfectly triggered right when that guy hit me. That was crazy. Gotcha! Gotcha, buddy boy! I'm sorry, but it's not happening for you today. Not for you, I'm afraid. Where you going, buddy? Bop, bop. Yeah, honestly, the mace version of the Ludwig is really good too. Very fast and damaging. Did not hear you. If you answered to me, I thought I could pause and hear it again. What'd you ask? Oh, how about you? Like, how am I doing? Doing well. Yeah, basically... Still doing YouTube stuff. Very deep into the Oblivion remastered 100% playthrough, so we're going to be finishing that up. Hopefully there's a Fallout 3 remaster coming out. I will actually be very excited for that. The Fallout, I prefer the Elder Scrolls series to Fallout, but the Fallout series gives you much more roleplay ability and also voice acting opportunities too. So, yeah, that's what we're focused on. Then hopefully that is a thing, because I would love to do a playthrough with a very thought-out character. Ideally the best character I've ever made, especially now with doing a lot of D&D. And having more experience making roleplay characters in person. Outside of that, a lot of weight loss, a lot of muscle gain, and voice acting. Those are the main things. Kicked off a voice acting career. Keep it pretty separate from this YouTube stuff, just because I want it to grow on its own and be its own thing, to show merit in my voice acting skill. But, yeah, I would say that's the main thing. Voice acting adventures, which I plan to fully dive into. I've kind of been dipping my toes into, but it's taken up way more time than I would have thought. But in 1 to 3 months or so, I plan to, like, kind of take it to the next level, ideally. But that's been majorly what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? How's the playthrough of Oblivion? Good. We're like super duper into it. Nearing the end game now, I would say. A lot of Shivering Isles cleanup and stuff to do. Alright, this guy is terrifying. I'm gonna have to focus up here. This guy is another highly aggressive enemy. Boop, 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 boop. You got a great voice. Thank you. Appreciate it. What's up, Joe? Give the man a record deal. As I said, if you want to get better at singing, man, learning voice acting helps you a lot to control your voice. And, like, I don't know, it's just an intuition thing where you can literally pump it into your vocal control to sing better if you, like, do voice acting. So I don't think I used to be good or anything. I don't think I'm good now, but I'm saying if there's any market improvement specifically from doing a bunch of voice acting stuff. But I just like, yeah, I like singing just as like a hobby. But I would honestly love to take voice lessons and get really good. Alright, this guy right here. Come on. Come on. Come on. So yeah, this guy's got the Beast Claw. You gotta be careful. This guy is insanely aggressive. I'm assuming you can do that jump attack if you actually use the Beast Claw. So cool. We got range on him though. Okay, so far so good. I wonder if I hold L2. Nope. Oh my god. What you doing, boy? What you doing? Oh my god! Yeah, see? Once he gets you in his little loop, you can't get out of it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, with how good the Oblivion remaster was, I would take either 3 or New Vegas. I honestly think they should do 3 first, because 3 getting a remake... Should we go this way? This might be faster. 3 getting a remake would be huge, because honestly, there's a lot of things about 3 that could really bring it to the modern day that the Oblivion remaster did. New Vegas is obviously everyone's baby, and I would love that too, but I honestly would prefer to wait for it after the 3 remaster. So I'm hoping that's what they do. We'll see, though. But, yeah, I would just love to do, like, a full-on... If the timing works out, I would love to do a full-on 100% of that, too, and then just make a really good character. One thing that I've learned about voice acting is if you're doing a large project... If you're doing a large project, you want to go for something that you can consistently do. So it's all great to do like some sort of, I don't know, clown voice or something, but, you know, if you've got like 1,000 lines to do, you want to go for something that you can consistently sound quality at, as opposed to just going over the top in the moment and, like, I don't know, doing like a smaller project. So that's one thing that I've learned. So, like, if we do a Fallout 3 100% or Fallout New Vegas 100% remastered, I definitely want to do, like, come up with a voice that is not only interesting, but also, like, can be consistent for, like, 1,000,000 lines that we'll be saying. This guy is, like, impossible to parry, man. This weapon is so good. It honestly has so much range. Woo! Alright. That guy's always such a massive pain. You just got 50,000 HP. Firing Hammer badge? Does that give you the Beast Claw? It's weird, because the Beast Claw exists in the base game, I think, but you have to get it in, like, a Chalice dungeon. It's really odd, and I think it's random, too, or at least it's, like, a big pain to get. So that's another weapon I would love to use, but it's a really weird... It's a really weird weapon that, I don't know, you have to do a bunch of weird stuff to get. But yeah, it's weird, because he's also in the DLC, even though it existed, I think, before the DLC, which is what's odd about it. Yet to beat New Vegas, never got into it, but if they made a remastered, I would try it again. Oh man, it's so good. Like, New Vegas, when it first came out, I don't think I liked the art style of it because it seemed cheap, but honestly, once you, like, get how good the story and the writing and the dialogue and the voice acting and all that sort of stuff is, like, it's genuinely really, really good. I think it definitely beats out Fallout 3 on most levels, but Fallout 3 is still great. I think, like, where New Vegas shines, too, is the DLCs. Fallout 3 just... It's completely beaten by the quality of New Vegas's DLCs. Ooh, we got this. We are the man-made monsters. Okay, now I got the River of Blood, which is a nightmare to deal with as well. Over that way, there's a crazy thing. And over that way is how we progress. So I would like to kill all these guys, but it's really annoying. What's up, Locked Arrow? There's still a lot of the Dark Souls vibe. Visually feels so similar. How is the play and story style in comparison? So yeah, I mean, as a big Dark Souls fan, like when I first played this, I was like, oh, it's like Dark Souls again. But I think when you play this game a lot, you kind of realize there's much more of a difference than you would think. This game, story-wise, is very horror, and then Lovecraftian cosmic horror, eldritch. It kind of gets that way over time. So it's a much more of an eldritch, cosmic alien, you know, god type story at the end of it. But it starts as more of like a werewolf, vampire, horror type vibe, like classic. But that's what I really love about it, because it kind of evolves. Gameplay, it's basically Dark Souls 3, except it is way faster and way more aggressive. There's not really like playing defensively in this game. You want to be as aggressive as possible, as indicated by, there's not really rolls. There's more, you lock on, you're kind of dashing in and out, whereas Dark Souls has like rolls. It's much slower and more methodical. So extremely similar. Bloodborne's just much more metal and aggressive and fast, which is great. Honestly, it's a genius way to go for a Souls game. Don't you dare disappear, you little... Okay, so we gotta quit out and come back in to get him. New Vegas, so I might give it a try. I like the Fallout series. It's great. I mean, there's some negatives with Fallout New Vegas, sure. To me, it's mainly the graphics. Like, a lot of the graphics are really ugly in New Vegas. I honestly think a remaster would be gigantic for both Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. Like, honestly, man, if they prettied up those games, like the core of it, the story and the writing and the dialogue and the choices and the role play, that's all great for 3 and New Vegas. But man, if they just made it prettier, oh, that's kind of my one big negative. Also, with New Vegas specifically, it's so good, but there is a lot of cut content. It's kind of easy to tell. There's quite a lot of messy stuff in terms of things that are unfinished and things like that, but the core of the game is so good, I don't really care. So I definitely recommend it, but that's just one man's opinion, you know? All right, so we got this guy with a freaking Gatling gun. Kind of want to just rotate around the rock. Because he is very scary. You can use the rock to your advantage here. Oh boy. Oh boy! Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Just give me a second, man. Just give me a second. Come up with a plan. Oh my god. He's being very tricksy, and I also cannot really see him. Fortunately for him, he's kind of relegated to shooting the gun in a way that doesn't really befit him here. If I use the rock to my advantage. What's up? What's up? You thought, didn't you? What's up? What's up? No, what's up, though? What's up? Yeah. Punk. So yeah, from him you get the Gatling gun. There's a lot of really cool guns in this game, but I feel like the big stuff is just too difficult to use, because there's the cannon, too. And I don't think they're really considered good, but definitely interesting. That's for sure. Yeah, it's basically just fast-paced Dark Souls with much more of a Victorian horror eldritch vibe to it, which honestly is perfect. Like, it's literally such a great... There's a reason it's kind of like everyone's fan favorite. Like, I probably would say Elden Ring is the strongest game overall, but it's also much more massive. But there's a reason Bloodborne is kind of everyone's, like, pocket favorite. It's just got the most, like, uniqueness to it. Elden Ring's pretty similar to Dark Souls. Demon Souls, obviously, is super similar to Dark Souls. Bloodborne is kind of its own thing, which gets a lot of people's respect. Alright, so we literally have the blood-starved beast now, which was a base game boss. There he is. Or she. It's just hard to fight her here because it's so dark. Can't really see anything. But as usual, if you just stick to your left side, you can't really do much. She always attacks from her left side. Hey, can you lock on to her, man? I'm trying to lock on, and the game's just like, nope. Ha! Yeah! Foul beast. Warm, damp blood. Okay, we gotta check our blood gems because we were like 50,000 of them. What's up, Moto Mouse? Welcome in, welcome in. Twin bloodstone shards now, as well as their amygdalin arm. There is the amygdalin arm. Yes, that's a new weapon. I was considering, I mean, you can't really... Oh, actually, wait. I always get this weapon confused with the other weird weapon. So yeah, we just picked up one of the weirdest weapons in the game. The amygdalin arm. It's the arm of an amygdala. I was getting this confused with the Cos Parasite, which is also a super-duper weird weapon. The arm of a small amygdala great one. Strictly speaking, the amygdalin arm is no trick weapon of any sort, but certain madmen wield them like clubs. Starts as a large, tough, blunt weapon formed of bone, but when extended, the hand quivers as if it was still alive. I think I tried to use this. It's very odd. It's basically like a weapon that's alive. It's kind of like... Isn't there a weapon like that in Elden Ring? Or maybe I'm thinking of the skeleton arms in Breath of the Wild? It's like a weapon that's still alive, which is super cool. I don't think it's good, though. If I remember correctly, the moveset is very odd and not... I thought this thing was still alive. I was like, we killed you. Yeah, hi, Yen. We're here, as usual. I know. We're here. You don't gotta cry. You can always come into the office if you wish. I don't know why you yowl like that. It's such an odd yowl. Alright, now we gotta get through this river of blood, which is a nightmare with these guys, but we've been doing pretty well so far. Tonitrus is my favorite weapon, plus I love saying it. I love the Tonitrus. The only negative about it is that the buff just lasts so short. I really don't know why they did that. But yeah, the Tonitrus is so fun. I did do a Tonitrus playthrough at one point. I just wish they made the buff last, like, maybe just a tiny bit. It's, like, so short, it's really difficult to make full use of it. I kind of like the boom hammer in comparison, because the boom hammer, like, just activates your next move, so you don't really have a time limit on it. Throwing bombs down here now. Alright, so There's like roughly this particular spot. There's like roughly 50,000 people trying to kill me. So I think we should kill these guys first. That guy has a gun. No, 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 no. They almost got me. Okay, all right, okay, all right. Thank you so much. I'll deal with you guys later. Thank you, though. Thank you. Go kill something. All right, how should we take these guys out? These guys are being annoying as hell. I have a gun, too. Well, I wonder if I could just sneak up on them here. Just sneaking up. Don't mind me. You're so dead. Yeah. How does it feel to be cheap? Ruthlessness is mercy upon you now. Okay, good. What's up, Kez Baby Babe? Doing well, doing well. Yeah, what's up, all the Twitch peeps in the chat, all the YouTube peeps in the chat. We are multi-streaming on YouTube and Twitch, which we're going to do for pretty much every stream moving forward. There is Twitter and TikTok, but I guess everything's vertical now. But yeah, basically, for anybody that's wondering how I've been since we took a big break from streaming, just voice acting, that's really what it boils down to. The last time we took a mega break from streaming, it kind of pushed me to, like, finally take the plunge and start the voice acting journey. And then I think luckily with, like, you know, practicing it through YouTube and Twitch for so long, it really helped me to kind of get a jump start at it as opposed from starting from ground zero. So that's mainly been what it is. Lost a bunch of weight, mainly trying to just keep muscle gain currently, keep on packing muscle. And then, yeah, just voice acting really boils down to that. Cindy and I are both going to have major life changes coming up within, again, the next 1 to 3 months, which I will talk about at length when that stuff happens. Currently, it's all in the works, so I don't really want to discuss any of it until it's done. All good stuff. Like I said, I know every time I mention that, it sounds like, oh, we're broken up, and I don't have the will to live anymore. No, it's all good things, just things that are in the works currently. And that's mainly it. Dipping our toes back into streaming. The only thing that's blocking me from kind of like fully diving back in with a shorter schedule is the voice acting stuff, and then also the stuff I just mentioned. So again, in like 1 to 3 months, I'll probably be able to figure out an actual schedule we can stick to. And then, yeah, I would love to return and get some playthroughs done that are on my list, basically.
Beware, especially. Beware, especially.
Okay, so we're already back. Let's go. Yeah, we have a ton of stuff now. Let's go back and level up. We're close to the first boss, which is a living nightmare. Literally and figuratively. Mercy upon my head. Moving to Thailand? Yeah, for a thing. Moving to Thailand for a thing. Vermin's blood dregs. Oh, we should consume these, shouldn't we? Yeah. So if you want to get the full final ending with the full final boss, you have to consume 3 of these. There's 4 in the game, so we're going to consume all these now. Eating a 1/3 of an umbilical cord, which is eldritch in nature. It's good to do as soon as you get them, just because then you don't forget to do it. Because if you fight the final boss and you don't do this, you rob yourself of the true ending and also the true boss, which the true boss isn't really that special, but it is something you want to see if you're trying to do everything. Baby GV cooking. Yeah, that's part of it. I mean, like I said, I hate to be so, like, vague about it, but it's massive life changes in a good way, and then also it's basically a 3-pronged thing there, and all these things are happening at once, and yeah, it's just like one thing has to happen to basically enable the other things, and blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'll be forthcoming about that, yeah. Obviously, starting a family is nigh up there on my priorities right now. We're just trying to do a couple of other things first before we can really get that going. But baby GV is, yeah, definitely kind of the main focus. Because, yeah, we want kids yesterday, pretty much. Okay, so we've already got a maxed out that. We need a blood rock for the Evelyn. Let's go to blood gem fortification. Whirligig saw. Looking for the blue numbers. Look for those blue numbers. No blue numbers, which is surprising. There has to be one here, I would assume. Wow, all those blood gems and no upgrades. Crazy. Maybe here? Wow, okay. Okay, maybe here? HP continues to recover. Blood attack. I don't really care about blood attack. Add blood attack. Yeah, that might be better, actually. Damp blood tinge gem. Blood attack up. So that goes up by like 8. Okay, that could be worth it. I don't think we got any new runes here. What does communion do? Max vials held up. Let's go to the insight shop real quick. Blessedness is mercy upon. So I think here we're just going to save up for the blood rock, which takes 60 insight. Although we do get one in the DLC, so honestly we probably should just wait for that, because there's going to be other stuff for insight if I do want to do the challenge dungeons, which I don't know, because they're very boring. But I might.
Gammon away. Go. Very well. Let me.
Okay. Endurance we're pretty good on. Strength still going up quite a bit. Do we want health? Health is honestly probably going to be the biggest thing. Maybe we could just get health to 40. Because I never get enough health.
Farewell, good. May
the
you
bosses
find.
destroy me. Because I treat this like Dark Souls. Alright, let's go back. This is on a PlayStation 5, although this is the PlayStation 4 version of the disc. Nightmare Church? What's that? What's the Nightmare Church? I don't know where that is. 17 months. Hey, congratulations. Yeah, that's big. 17 months. Yeah, we, I don't know, like, all my previous partners were kind of on the fence with kids, and then when I met Cindy, very early on, we were just kind of like, yeah, we both definitely want kids, so within this year, we're shooting to get that going, and then there's, like, 2 other major life changes on top of that, again, will facilitate that, and we're just in the midst of it. Like I said, I'm just kind of waiting for all that to be done, so that I can probably make a big update video and discuss it, you know? Okay, so we're behind. So what's down there? I'm forgetting. So what's over this way? Yeah, let's do this. I think this will wrap back around to where we were. Henriette summoned there. We need more Eldritch games. Agreed! Like, what's the best Eldritch game that even exists? It's probably... Is he up there and he falls down? Oh, that's so cool. Probably Bloodborne, right? They haven't really been able to fully do a Call of Cthulhu game. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. No way! Jesus Christ. Ugh, such a stressful fight. Okay, we got it. Anyways, yeah, totally agree. I mean, okay, dude, just get out of here. Like, what's the best Eldritch game we have ever? I guess it's Bloodborne, right? I mean, what else would come second? There's like 2 Call of Cthulhu games or something, but it's like the Sinking City and then Call of Cthulhu, but I think both of those games, as far as I know, are pretty mid-received. What other, I mean, Outer Wilds, one of my favorite games of all time, has definitely some Eldritch elements, which I definitely love. So there's that. But yeah, we don't have a lot of eldritch representation. We really don't. Okay. Can I breathe now? My God. Everything and their mother trying to kill me here. Whew. Hope it all goes well for you. Thank you. So far, I mean, we're primed and ready for everything to really pop off in a big way. Like I said, I'm just kind of waiting to be able to discuss it further. But barring any major, you know, emergencies or anything like that, barring any major changes or whatever, which I don't expect currently, everything should work out pretty well at the end of it all, and we're very excited. It's just going to take a lot of changes and stuff. Woo. But I appreciate it. Okay, so little dog there, just hiding out. Now, we didn't do all this stuff back here. I'm trying to remember where we left off. Come on, make my day, punk. Nasty little skinned hound, you. Okay, so what we have here, Frenzied Cold Blood. And then the Beast Hunter safe is up there to the left. I remember that, but I'm trying to remember where we were coming from here, from back over that way. I think it's this? Yeah. So there are two guys on the bridge, and I guess you just drop down. I mean, if we missed anything, and if it's important enough, we'll just come back for it. But for all intents and purposes, I think that's everything. Now, this is about... I'm trying to... What did we do? I think we just went back to spend all of our blood echoes, right? That's what's confusing me. Ruthlessness is mercy upon her. There's an item right there. I think I know what that is, too, because that's an item I always miss. Are you supposed to... Is it a ladder, or are you supposed to drop down onto a beam? Alright, well, that's the Beast Hunter safe, and I think there is somebody that fights you for it, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I can see him. There you are. Oh, my God! This DLC, man. Typically, when you get hit like that, it's like, okay. I'll take all this damage, but then I'll, you know, start countering. But that guy just, from start to finish, just dead. Luckily, we're pretty close, I think, to where we were there. Because this goes back out to, yeah, I guess we can work our way backwards because we haven't done this part either. This is a dude with a cannon over here. What's up, man? It's a big old weapon you got there. Ooh. Okay. And there's this guy who I think is just a normal bell dude. So fast compared to the other big guys like this. Okay. And that goes back to where we were, but I think there's like a side passage here if I remember correctly. So we gotta go back there because we gotta get that Beast Hunter safe. We don't need to, but I want it. And I want my blood echoes back too, even though it's largely negligible at this point in time, that amount. So, if I remember correctly, there's like a hidden zone to the left here. That goes back to where our lamp is, and then we haven't been past this point. But I'm going to show you a little secret here. So there's her right there. That's a Witch of Hemwick, a boss in the base game. If you don't see her, she basically tries to rush you and scoop your eyeballs out. Not very cool. And then we'll grab that. That's the first boss right there, who is insane. Probably my favorite boss in the entire game, no joke. And then there's a little secret here, basically. This guy right here banging on the gate. If you kill this guy, he'll drop, I think it's like 6 blood vials total, which is pretty insane. So every run back up to this boss, which trust me, you're going to have a lot of run backs because this boss is hard as hell if you're doing this for the first time. You can kill that guy and get like 6 free blood vials, which is actually super duper nice. So make sure not to miss that. I swear there's like a path going this way. Yep, there it is. I was like, I'm not crazy. I remember. Also, I think there's snail dudes that fall down here, right? Is there a snail guy that falls down? I feel like there is. No? Butcher set. I swear, I thought there was like a snail guy that falls down. Okay. Anyways. Never played Bloodborne, but I hate those guys already. Yeah, that guy, well, this is the easier version, because up near the start of the DLC, there's a guy that empowers his stuff with like a big purple bell aura. That guy is genuinely like one of the hardest normal enemies in the entire game. That guy always gives me trouble. I think he killed me 3 or 4 times this playthrough, which is honestly crazy for a normal enemy to kill me that many times after playing this game that many times. Like, good for him. Okay. Gotta kill this guy who's crazy aggressive now. Let's go. You and me. Gotcha. Give him a jump attack here. Bang! No! Do not do this to me again. I think he just fell off. That actually sucks. Okay, so there's the Beast Hunter safe. Like I said, super duper underrated weapon, honestly. Oh, there you are. Okay. Just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna give you some fire bombs. It's a pretty unique situation here. So hold still, buddy. It'll all be over in just a second, I promise. Oh God, no! Yep, of course. Why am I even surprised? Alright, come on, you and me. Man, I've already killed you guys. I don't want to deal with you guys again. Okay, there's one item up there, and I'm forgetting how to get up. Oh my God. There's one item up there, but how do you get to it? It's like a really weird... Is it this way? Yeah, I know what that is, too. It's like this constable gloves. I always miss that item because I forget how to actually get to it. I don't really care about it. I mean, it's just like a cosmetic. But I kind of want it because I know it's there. Yo, what's up? IBMX Pierce. Started watching the Skyrim runs, been enjoying the Fallout content as well. Thanks for watching, and welcome to the channel if you're new. Hello, hello! Woo! Killed you guys like 100,000 times. Enough with the crows. I am done with the crows. Can we be done? Thank you. Okay, how do you get that item up there? I'm forgetting. I guess I'll look it up. Just like those horse knights on Elden Ring. I hate those guys too. Oh, like the midnight whatever. Yeah, the ring wraiths. Yeah, those guys always give me trouble as well. How do you get that item? If I remember correctly, yeah, there's like a really weird way to get it. Is it just going up that thing? But I don't think so. Okay, that's like called the Constable Hat, I think. Constable Set. Going up the ladder that leads to the Nightmare Church, there are some wooden beams that can serve as a bridge to the platform where the garb is. What? But we can't access it. Alright, either way, I gotta pee. I will be right back. Thanks for watching, everybody. I look back to the sun of my... Wait, no. I look into your eye, and I think back to the sun of mine. You're as old as he was when I left for war. Why did I not see this? Okay, literally, yeah, you just fall here. But when does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man become a monster? Alright, so yeah, for some reason I just didn't see the beams. Platform puzzle a bit for my slow brain. Forgive me, I'm just a man. Okay. So, that's pretty much the entire first section of the DLC. Like I said, this DLC is really short and sweet. So that was actually a huge chunk of it that we just did there. This boss, oh my actual god, this boss. I love this boss. The first time I ever fought him, I think it took me, I don't even know how long to beat him. A million thousand tries. He's very difficult. He's also really cool lore-wise. There's so many cool things with this boss, if you don't know. This guy is mentioned constantly in the base game. And we also used his weapon for a good amount of time. It's Ludwig's Holy Blade. So yeah, this is Ludwig. As far as I know, lore-wise, he was like the leader of the Holy Church Knights, basically, I think. Kind of like a Holy Crusader guy, I guess. And, yeah, we'll see what happened to him. It's kind of a rule with, like, soulsborne games. Whenever you hear about somebody constantly but don't ever see or fight them, you'll probably end up fighting them in a DLC. So, now begins the grueling process of really learning this guy, because this guy, like I said, is very, very difficult. To be able to guide him, I'm definitely going to have to practice him. I'm going to look him up first, just to see if there's anything that I don't know about. So, let's see. It's required to beat him. Can only be fully visible after entering the room and initiating the cutscene. 2 phases. Phase 2 at 75% health. Gains a spewing attack that deals arcane. Has 2 variations, direct and spraying. He gains his deadliest attack, a charge attack. Yep, it's always the charge attack. But he screams for this one, so there's an audio cue. Phase 3 at 50% health. Yep, where he does that thing. Still has breakable body parts, with the bottom front part of the body being susceptible to visceral attacks. Okay. And then at 25% health, he can do a massive sword blast. One of the most violent bosses in the game, leaving little to no space for you to breathe, which means most of the fight will consist of you crazily dodging him. Use the best stamina rune you have. He does not take extra damage from attacking his head. Dealing enough damage to it will open up a visceral, and afterwards his head will take extra damage. Oh. Common mistake is to focus on excessive dodging. He'll just keep coming. Instead, take the fight to him. It's pretty much Bloodborne in a nutshell. He's easier to stun than most bosses, and a lot of his attacks miss if you can get under him. Make good use of your rally. Staying under him is more or less a safe tactic, as some of his attacks will usually miss you. His sides are vulnerable. Good hits will make him bleed, and the boss will be stunned for seconds. Fire paper and bolt paper largely deal the same amount of damage. Staggering him for a visceral attack will always trigger the blasting zone attack. The blasting zone attack. Ludwig does not take extra damage from the serrated in his second form, but he does in his first. You can summon that guy to help. You can summon that guy to help. You can summon that, because there's like 3 people you can summon here. Holy crap. And then where are his, like, attacks? Usually it lists all of his attacks. I guess this one doesn't. Oh, here we go. Jumping hand slam, powerful left hand slash, left right slash to combo, bite to a combo, nose poke charge, jumping body slam, delayed jumping body slam, mule kick, water spray, charge, and then second phase. Blasting zone. He slowly lifts the sword in front of his face like any cutscene. Buffs it, creating a low damage blast that staggers, lifts the sword above his head, screams, and smashes the sword in front of him, creating a massive and long-lasting shockwave. Once this attack is used the first time, he can do it again after a couple of minutes. To dodge this, you need to be prepared. Once you see it coming, get near him, or in the best-case scenario, behind him to avoid the smash completely. Don't mind about the first blast, just get near him. If you have no time to get behind him, keep walking sideways and wait for his scream. Once you hear the scream, smash, dodge multiple times to left, right, avoid the sword, and get away from the explosion. Yeah. So as I said, this guy has like 50,000 things. Okay. Let's learn him. Yeah, you'll just see. This guy has like 100,000 moves. 600 men. 600 men with big-mouthed feet. Ba-da-ba-doo-ba-boo-boo. Sounds like flanking would be key here. Yeah, in the second phase. If you don't know how this fight goes, you'll see what I mean. Like, the first and second are drastically different. All right, let's go. Favorite boss time. 600 men.
Oh, please. Help us. An unsightly beast. A great terror looms.
Who is it?
Ludwig Pig is coming.
Sounds like a cool guy.
Have mercy. Have mercy upon us.
Ruthlessness is mercy upon us. Beast all over the shop. All right, let's go. Okay, lunging slash, easy. We already... Okay, swipe, easy. Oh my god, okay. Dodge into him. Stay below him. Trample. Gonna heal. You dodge through the scream charge, okay. Nice. Wall there, always there to cuck you every time. Bap barrel, bap barrel. That's the scream. I knew I was going to take a lot there. Jesus Christ. God! Okay. Pretty strong start. Yeah, definitely. It's one of these bosses where extremely terrifying from the start, but honestly, if you just go aggressive and constantly bully him if you can just deal a ton of damage to him. But the only thing is I need to get his little of his moves down, because if you're under him, he will still kind of destroy you if you're not prepared. But yeah, definitely immediate aggression seems to be the way to go. There's only one thing in mind. What's up, Poochieha? Welcome in. Yeah, the DLC has some of the best content in the game. We probably won't be streaming too long today, but I'd like to at least get this guy guided. Any more plans today? Gonna be doing a workout. There's some stuff with the house we're gonna be doing. And then after that, I will either be going live again, or I'll be doing a recording session for YouTube, which the current thing that I really want to do is a Pokemon Nuzlocke. We're already doing that on the Patreon channel, but I'm tempted to do the other one on the main channel and also inject, like, try-hard voice acting as well for, like, the whole thing. So we'll see. That may or may not be a thing. But as always, members will get it early, if you remember. You have changed. I used to watch you in your Eliza P. boss guides. What do you mean by changed? Physically, probably, because, yeah, I think I just saw Eliza P. boss guide the other day, and I was like, oh my god. That was during the time where I was, like, extremely overweight. Extremely overweight. But yeah, thanks for watching. Welcome in. What's up, Swag Wax? What up, what up? 600 men. 600 men with big mouths to feed, with only one thing in mind. Okay, swipe attack, no big deal. Swipe attack, stay under him for that, yeah. Okay, big old lunging swipe. Slam down, no big deal. Ooh, big hit there. Oh, okay. Swipe. Yeah, I mean, if you stay under him, you can really just kind of bully him. Okay, charge. Woo! He dodged it too. Nice. All right. Is the blood coming down? Yeah. So roll. Rolled that early. Oh my god, I took so much damage there. Oh! Don't shoot your cum at me. Roll that. Okay, the charge is pretty easy to roll, actually. Here comes the stomp. Swipe. Charge. Camera kind of messed me up there. Okay, hold on, let me move. Dodge the charge, nice. Our damage kind of just carries us through that first phase, but the second phase is always what gave me more trouble. Yes, you were overweight.
Ah, you were at my side all along. My true mentor, my guiding moonlight.
Alright, now this I have to practice, because this phase I'm really bad at. Roll, roll. Okay, easy. Swipe, swipe. Oh, I love this theme so much. Oh, this theme is so good. like a little cosmic dance. Yo, da, 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 ba, 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 ba. That's such a great theme. I'm gonna listen to that at the gym today. Okay, yeah, the first phase is on the surface more scary, but really it's the second phase that always gets me because I'm really bad at dodging his slashes. I think you just want to get behind him, so I'm gonna try to do that. First phase is whatever. Honestly, if you have good damage and you're just going aggressive, you can kind of get through it. Second phase, I need to learn how to dodge his stuff. But we're going to try rushing him and staying behind him and seeing how that works. I got to remember to mention this in the guide too. Yeah, it's always hard for me to like realize how good the OSTs are because I'm so focused on the gameplay, but I remember this one particularly. Yeah, I think this is my favorite Bloodborne boss. I think it really comes down to Ludwig here. Woo! Okay. Swipe, swipe. Okay, keeps going, keeps going. Get under him. Okay, you just bully him. Look at this. Oh, come on. I rolled that. Nice dodge there. Rolled that too. Come on. Come on. Yo, can I move? What the hell? Half this game's difficulty is literally just getting shoved into a wall and not being able to see what's happening. What's up, half nuts? Interesting which phase different people find more challenging. I think it's just because Bloodborne, there's like a thing like Sekiro that just clicks eventually, and it's like, oh, if I just go super aggressive, you can kind of just get through a lot of the harder parts of Bloodborne, whereas I feel like coming into it from Dark Souls, you're just taught to be like, okay, watch the boss, wait for it, roll. But yeah, if you just know their weak spots physically, like being under him, and then you just constantly bash him with a strong weapon, not too bad. It's just the second phase that, I don't know why, it always throws me off. I think it's because it's more of a Dark Souls type of boss where it's like, he's just hitting you with a big sword, you know? You are hip. Yeah, I love this weapon. It's honestly a little too strong than I would like to use in the guides, but it's been too long. You know, it's just so fun. I love the animations so much of when they're like grinding. All right, let's go. Woo! Stomp, you just want to double dash. That's the charge. Stupid wall. Greyjoy, I love you, but I don't know how you always know when I'm doing a boss guide. Or when I'm fighting a boss, Greyjoy, to demand the pets. I don't know how you impeccably time that. He's literally just looking at me expectantly. I was gonna say, that's probably enough damage there. Alright. Now, I'm gonna try to just stay behind him. I feel like that's his big weakness, right? So let's stay right behind him. That's gonna be an AoE. Yep, no big deal. Oh, look at him. He does not want me behind him at all. Hold on, you asshole! Just let me... I don't know why this phase is so rough for me. There we go. Okay, it's this, right? Okay, big AoE, and then he slams down again, doesn't he? Oh my god! Yeah, I don't know why this phase just like every time I fight this guy, whether it's casually or trying to make a guide, it's like that phase specifically. I understand it. He's swinging with a sword. What's the big deal? But for whatever reason, it just throws me so off playing this game. But looks like, yeah, if you can get behind him, even if you could tank it, that's really the best thing, because he has a hard time hitting you. And then when he does that sword thing, if you're behind him, he's just not even going to hit you because it does a massive triangle in front of him. I cannot wait to guide the final boss in this game, because there was one playthrough where did we beat this on BL4? No, I never did that. There was one playthrough where I basically had no damage and I was stuck, and I had to like literally learn him in and out because I had no way to like kill him outside of that. Okay, he always lunges at you. Dash, hit him a couple of times. Dash away, watch what he does. Swipe, 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 swipe. You get under him here. And again, nope. Big old swipe. There we go, R2. Nice. Yep, stay under him the whole time. With the charge, dodge, good. Yeah, it's really that gallop that kind of messes you up, because if he starts to do that when you're going ham, you're just going to get trapped in it. I think you need a... So you see the gallop coming out, you got to double dash away. Like scooping out eyeballs, huh? Yeah, so ideally we don't use more than 5 blood vials, since we get 5 back every time for free from that guy until I truly learn the boss. Alright, let's go. So he always lunges, right? Every time? Pretty much. Oh, that gallop, man. Gallop is the worst thing. How are you not in phase 2? There we go. Alright. No! Don't be in an action, for the love of God. Okay, stay behind him the whole time. I don't... God. He still manages, no matter where I'm at, he still manages to get me. Okay, just back away when he does that. Charged R2 here. Yep. Okay, now he does this, but we just stay behind him, right? Oh my god. Oh, okay. Yeah, no big deal. What it is about this phase that just like deletes my brain every time I fight him here. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. So now let's try just dodging him. Yeah, it's so weird. It's like you would think the first phase would be harder, but for whatever reason, that second phase, I just constantly get roll caught by his sword swings. I mean, that was a good example of like, we can definitely do it. I think maybe like one more and I'll be ready to guide it. It's like, if you can get behind him, you're pretty much good, but the challenge with him is that he always tries to not have you behind him. Like, he always wants to move very quickly so that you're in front of him again. He's got such massive swings that it's very easy to get caught. But I think we're close here. And I think we deserve a relatively easy fight for a guy compared to like the things we've done so far. There's been a couple of insanely difficult fights compared to like what the average fight would look like. All right, let's go. We're gonna stay aggressive. He's gonna jump at me. Gonna hit him twice now, baby. Gotta hit him with an R2, can't you see? Now let's heal. Nice. R2. Nice. Jesus Christ. There's the gallop. I mistimed that really bad. I'm trying to time the blood drips because it's like blood drip, and then he slams down. Blues gotta do what you can do. Huh, yeah. Might have to lock Greyjoy out of here because he's just like constantly begging for pets, and I'm going to have to focus. I know, you're in sweet boy cat mode, I know. But I gotta do it. What do you want me to do? I can't pet you in the middle of fighting a horrifying beast. Just can't do it. There, the gallop. How do I manage to get hit by every single sword swing, every fight? It's like I know it's coming. I know the pattern that he's going to do, and my brain just goes, I think I'll get hit by all of this. It's actually insane. It's like I know exactly what I got to do every time. I don't know what. It's like only this fight, too. This is like the only thing. In a lot of Bloodborne / Dark Souls where it's just, I don't know why this one messes me up so bad. It's so weird. What's up, Vinny?
Hey yo, what up? Hey yo, what up, Vinny?
Can I have a really good... Oh, meow. Wow. Very unique, meow. Yeah, I just want to have a clean, confident fight, and then I think we'll be good. It's just there is a bit of RNG, a little bit of uncertainty here. Let's go. Come on. Ooh. How are you not in phase 2, man? Gotta pull all the stops to not get shoved into that phase 2. Whoop. Phase 2, please. Thank you. How? God, how I always get hit by this shit. Alright, there's an item up here, I believe. Yep. Just like a magnet for these attacks, man. Alright. Yeah, still a little messy for that second phase, but... yeah, let's try dodging him until we're killed. Ba 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 ba. Alright, I gotta remember when he raises his sword up to dodge the initial blast. Alright, I think we're ready. I think we can get a clean fight. I would like that second phase to be cleaner, but I don't know. It's just the way he slashes that sword. It's so weird. It's like I've fought so many Dark Souls fights with the same exact thing. The same attack, same exact slashes. Nothing crazy. but for whatever reason, this particular fight. All right, I'm going to guide this boss now, folks, so I will see you once that is concluded. Also, I got to get Greyjoy out of here because he is doing the thing where he's stalking around the room and begging for pets every 3 seconds, which I appreciate. However, Daddy's got to focus, so I'll be right back 1 second. Alright. See you guys after the guide. 1, 2, 3, exit. Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to a boss guide for Bloodborne, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first DLC boss, Ludwig. And boy, oh boy, in my opinion, it's either this boss or the final boss of this DLC that is genuinely the toughest boss in the entire game. This guy is really rough. The first phase, actually, if you know what to do, not that bad unless you get a horrendous pattern. By the way, kill this witch right here. She will attempt to squeeze out your eyes. And then also, if you did not know, if you kill this guy right here, he drops 5 free blood vials every time. So if you run back, which you will be running back, you know, that's a free, nice little chunk of stuff. So, Ludwig is horrendously aggressive. He's got 2 phases. The second phase is majorly different. He basically fights you like a Dark Souls boss with a gigantic sword. Here is our build. We're using the Whirligig Saw +10. We're using the Evelyn +9. And here are my stats. Honestly, nothing amazing. The Whirligig Saw I definitely would recommend here. It actually is really good against him. So, first phase, until he gets to about 50% HP, he's just this horse that is going to be always doing 100 things. Jumping up, quick slam, jumping up, wait, then slam. He's going to do like a arcane fire hose blast, like of water, which if you see that, immediately rush him and try to smack him in the side. He always starts this fight with a jump on top of you, so you want to roll under him and then punish him. And then, really the only horrendous things, he'll shriek, he'll go, "Ah!" and then he'll like run forward. Actually, way easier of a dodge to roll than a lot of other stuff, so just listen for that shriek and then dodge. And then the only other thing is if you're going aggressive, which we're going to be doing here, you got to watch out for his gallop. He'll kind of like gallop like 3 times in place, and that's the only thing that kind of throws you off because, yeah, if you're down there, you're just going to get caught. But you'll see my strategy is basically just to stay under him all of the time. If you actually have a fully upgraded weapon, which you should, because this DLC is hard, and if you're constantly hitting him with a big weapon, he'll get staggered, like, all of the time. And his head will take damage, and you can do a visceral if you deal enough damage. So, yeah, it's actually pretty easy to just bully him as long as you're staying under him and as long as you don't, like, get hit by the gallop or, like, the charge when you're in the middle of an action, which will basically just kill you because it'll deal so much, you know, whatever they call it, when you're in the middle of an action and hits you, which deals more damage. And then the second phase, he gets the Moonlight Holy Greatsword, and he'll just be slashing all the time. The big thing is to get behind him and then just bully him as much as possible. He will do a big sword hold up and then AoE, so get away from him when he does that. And when he's really low, he will do sword AoE, and then there's going to be a big AoE burst that you need to get away from, and then he's going to slam down into this massive, like, V shape in front of him. And you'll see all that. But all you need to know is basically I'm going to stay under him constantly, try to bully him as much as possible, get him to 50% HP as quickly as possible to get him into Phase 2, and then basically always be dashing around him in Phase 2 to constantly hit him from behind. And we're going to hope for some viscerals on top of that. So, all that being said, let's give it a shot. All right, so he's always going to lead in with this jump. We're going to dash. We're going to hit him twice. He's going to stagger. So I'm going to immediately hit him with an R2, but we missed, unfortunately. And now we're basically just always going to stay under him as much as humanly possible while watching what he does, though. Because if he does a couple of attacks, we're going to have to, you know, adapt to that. So that's the quick jump. You can see I immediately hit him in the head, and I need to kind of reorient here, but good damage off the bat. So jumping swipe. Okay, so we're going to get under him, as I said. Because the other thing is if you're under him, you'll constantly be healing back damage as well. And I'm going to get back and heal once, grab my blood echoes, because why not? Okay, now here comes the spray. We're backing up because we weren't close enough to punish him. We'll see what he does here. So here's the charge. Roll at the last second. That was the scream into the charge. And there is the jump. So I'm going to wait. Blood drip, and roll. And this time to roll horribly. Oh, my God. Okay, here's the normal jump. Roll, and then hit him immediately. Just like that. Going to heal twice. Okay, here comes the charge. Oh, my God. Ew. Like rolled that charge, man. I don't even know what that's talking about. All right, that was rough. Yeah, this is the type of boss that honestly I would rather guide in post just so I can focus. We've done everything up until this point, not in post though. But this is the type of boss that it's so like constantly aggressive. It's just better to do a clean fight. Maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll focus and then guide him in post. This is, yeah, like I said, this is one of those bosses, like the final boss of the Elden Ring DLC, where I actually do have to focus up. So maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll silently focus here and then kind of do post commentary. I don't know. Or should I? And let's try one more without doing that. All right, let's go. All right, so here is Ludwig the Accursed. He's going to jump at us always, so we're going to dash, hit him once, hit him twice. He's going to stagger, so I'm going to hit him with another R2. Unfortunately missed. And now basically, roll. We always want to stay underneath him. You can see the damage that I'm doing, the sheer damage output here is super good. So staying underneath him here, and yeah, he's staggering a whole bunch. I need to get under him again. Okay, we're gonna heal here. All right, so again. Okay, there's the gallop. If you see the gallop come out, immediately dash twice. That will just kill you. Okay, here's the charge and roll. This time to buy a pixel. All right, we need to kind of recompose ourselves here. So we're gonna back up as he shoots that stuff. I'm gonna heal twice here. All right, so we want to get under him. Okay, quick bite. Yeah, here we go. So again, as you're under him, you'll also be healing too. So it's kind of whoop. Whoop! Okay. So let's get under him here. Yeah, so you can stay aggressive, and you'll also be healing. And unfortunately, this particular pattern, he's dealing quite a bit of damage to me. I'm trying to get under him here, but he's making it kind of difficult. Okay, that would have made him, maybe. Okay, roll. We rolled the charge. Gonna hit him here. Gonna just miss. So unfortunate. He's very close to phase 2, but he's making it difficult. But I'm so used to this when I'm actually in the midst of a guide. And there we go into phase 2. All right. So again, highly aggressive there. Just always staying under him, always dealing damage. Even if I do get hit, I'm healing the damage back. Now phase 2, we're going to rush directly behind him here immediately as soon as we can. So I'm going to heal, lock on, and I'm just going to get behind him here because I want to stay behind him all of the time. So I'm dodging his sword attacks, and he'll just keep going and going. And now I'm just going to start laying into him here while still making sure to dodge his attacks here. Okay, so far so good. We also have to watch when he does the AoE, which he'll probably want to be doing soon here. Okay. He'll just keep going and going and going, as I said. And there's the Visceral. So I'm going to hold an R2, which is going to deal massive damage to him. Now he's going to raise up his sword here. And see, we were far enough from it. He's going to do his gigantic thing. He's going to swing at the last second. I'm going to do a charged R2 here. Okay, and now again, just going to stay behind him. Not going to freak out, looking for when to dodge. Even if I attack, I'm still looking to dodge here. Beautiful. Okay, going super well here. Got a little aggressive there, so now I need to back up. Okay, we're going to kind of resituate here. I'm going to heal twice just to be sure. Okay. Now again, just always dodging around him. Timing my dodges to make sure he's not hitting me here. R1. Okay, we might have it here if we do a charged R2. I think that's it. Ba, 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 ba. Woo! All right. The music is so epic on top of that. Okay, so that was a pretty clean fight, all things considered. I practiced this boss a lot because this guy is very difficult, as I said. So it's so hard to do in the moment. Let me know in the comment section below if you watch this. Do you like the in-the-moment guides live, or do you like the post-commentary guides? Because it's hard to do it with as an aggressive of a boss as that is. But we still got it done. Anyways, to recap, so as you can see, he goes insanely aggressive in that first phase, but you can go insanely aggressive too. You just want to basically stay under him constantly and just always be hitting him. Because the thing is, even if you do get hit, you're going to rally your HP back anyways. And you'll see he just gets staggered constantly. And sometimes you'll even trigger a visceral, which you immediately want to run to his face and then press R1 to do the visceral. You can also use bolt paper and fire paper, which we didn't use to make it even easier. And then, yeah, really, if you're staying under him, he's not going to hit you with most of his attacks. The things you have to watch for is the jump and immediate slam, or the kind of brace and then jump to where there's going to be like blood, 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 fall. And getting that timing down is really tricky. But if you can do it, you can actually roll the fall and then immediately hit his head when he falls down. But yeah, if you're staying under him, the only things that's really bad on top of that is the charge. You'll hear him go like, whatever, and then charge, which actually is a way easier roll than a lot of other charge attacks in the Soulsborne series. And then also the gallop. If he kind of starts going crazy, like I said, immediately just spam roll and get out of there because you will just get killed by the contact damage. And then, once you get him to 50% HP, yeah, you just want to constantly rotate behind him. Always be dashing. Just time the sword swings. If he comes down for a swing, dash. And just constantly be dashing around him, because if you hit him from behind, he's not really going to be able to do much. And then, yeah, he'll raise his sword up when he has a decent amount of HP. He'll do a little AoE, so just don't stand near him when he does that. And then when he gets super low, he'll do his big, massive attack, raise his sword up. You have to be away from it, because it'll do a in-the-air AoE. The first version is just on the ground. The second version is a big in-the-air AoE. And then he'll just charge this massive slam, and you want to be behind him no matter what. And just keep in mind, he's going to turn a little bit at that last second to try and hit you. But if you're behind him, you'll be able to bully him. So, very difficult boss. One of the toughest bosses in literally all of Soulsborne. But I love this guy. He's so hard, but he's so satisfying to beat. Hope this guide helps. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Whew. Okay, that felt good. Whew, okay. Yeah. That was an example where, like, the actual fight itself was a lot cleaner than all the practice fights, which I will take, man. Got hit a bit in the front there, but that's kind of just always happens with this boss. This boss is just going to hit you. It's just one of those types of guys. So, there's his head, by the way. You could do a really weird thing here. I forget how this works. Yeah, there's, like, a really odd interaction with this. What's up, Gamer Life? Welcome in. What's up, Kate? Hello, hello. Y'all are just popping in as soon as we got Ludwig guided here. Yeah, that was a good fight. I'm happy with that one. Okay, let's look up Ludwig Bloodborne. There's like a really weird interaction with him, and I got to remember how to do it. What's the deal here? What to say to Lawrence Bloodborne? There's like a thing you can do. Lawrence church set? It's like if you're wearing the church set, there's just something you can do. His theme song is in Latin, as it was confirmed by the YouTuber Antonius Tertius. Oh, interesting. Seems to be weak to physical, then arcane, then bolts. Man, I guess we'll come back to it. I swear, there's like a thing. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, let me know. Yeah, it's like if you wear the church set, he like says something different to you, and he's like, "How are my guys doing?" And I think you can lie to him, and then that's the best thing to do.
Good hunter, have you seen the thread of light? Just a hair a fleeting thing. Yet I clung to it, steeped as I was in the stench of blood and beasts. I never wanted to know what it really was. Really, I didn't.
Yeah, all right. Okay, now I realize it's because I was calling this guy Lawrence. This is Ludwig. There's two L bosses in Bloodborne. Yeah, that's why I wasn't figuring it out. Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah, so wearing the church set does change what he says. We're going to put on the black church set. I think you just need to put on, like, one or the other, basically. So then, hello.
Tell me, good hunter of the church, have you seen the light? Are my church hunters the honorable Spartans? I hoped they would be.
So right here, yeah. So this is a weird thing, because I'm literally always obsessed with, like, not lying in games and stuff like that. However, you want to say... Oh, shit, it's yes, right? It doesn't really matter, because we're not going to use the weapon anyways, but we want to lie to him and say, like, yeah, you guys did amazing things.
Ah, good. That is a relief.
Totally, definitely.
To know I did not suffer such denigration for nothing.
Yeah, no, it's all good,
Thank you kindly. Now I may sleep in peace. Even in this darkest of nights, I see the moonlight.
Yeah, so if you lie to him that they did good shit, he basically drops the Holy Moonlight Sword, which, if you don't know the importance of that scene, the Phase 2 scene, basically, there's always a Holy Moonlight Sword. I think it's called different things, but this has been a From Software thing since King's Field, I think is what the game is called. It's in Demon Souls, and it looks sick as hell. It looks like a big Jolly Rancher popsicle. In the Demon Souls remake, at least. It's also in Dark Souls 1. It's in Dark Souls 2. There's a fake one in Dark Souls 2, actually, and a real one. It's in Dark Souls 3. Is it a thing in Sekiro? It might not even be referenced, because Sekiro's a bit different, obviously. Also, it's a huge thing in Elden Ring, too. Yeah, it's like there's a dark, abyssal version of it. So it's just I really wish I played this game when it was first released, because it would have been so amazing to see that cutscene and, like, get the reveal of, like, oh my god, it is actually in the game. Because we didn't have it in the base game, but I played Bloodborne way after it originally came out. So, anyways, that's what that is. I tried using this weapon once. It scales with Arcane, as it usually does, magic, intelligence in the Souls games, and it didn't seem good at all. I remember we were trapped on the final boss with this weapon, and I just could not make it work. So, it's cool, but I don't know if it's good. But anyways, that's how you get it. You have to lie to him, and then I think we kill him. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, because actually I just read, if you don't kill him, Simon, the guy from the beginning of the DLC, will come and kill you. So anyways, bye! Oh, you didn't actually die. Okay, bye! Wait, did you die? Still alive? I saw his health bar, but it wasn't done. Okay, assuming you're dead. Goodbye. Yeah, anyways. One of the toughest boss fights in the entire game. That's absolutely strange. Oh, the whinnying? Man, I'll tell you what. Like doing voice acting stuff, you, whenever you hear, like, a take like that, you're like, oh, man, I wonder... That's like, what do they call them? It's like, there's a term for it. It's like basically you do your takes, and then there's like a crazy wild card take at the end, which sometimes, you know, the directors like to use. That to me is like a wild card take, just because I could see myself trying to do that whinnying, and man, that would be hard to do without sounding humorous. So good on the voice actor there, because that's, yeah, that's always a hard a hard type of take to do without sounding silly. Yeah, what up, Watery Bread? Welcome in. Doing well, doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. What's up, Nate Dog 20? Yo, what up, Nate Dog 20? Alright, so for anybody just popping in, we are guiding Bloodborne. I probably won't be going on too much longer. There's a thing at 1 my time. So I got about an hour and a half until that, but I need to time it to where basically I'm like at the gym and ideally almost done. So I'm trying to time it in my head here. So if we go for another 30 minutes, I go to the gym. Yeah, we can go for a little bit more, I think. Yeah, we can go for a little bit. I'm trying to think of the best time to leave. If I leave then... Yeah, we may just not stream later today just because this might be a longer stream than originally intended. Yeah, I think we can go for a little bit more at least. Alright, let's switch back to our cool set. I kind of want to switch up what we were looking like. What does the blindfold cap look like? Oh. No. What about the butcher mask? Oh my god. So one thing, man, in Bloodborne I wish they kind of did was, like, a lot of the sets just look terrible. That literally looks like my head has been shit on. Not down for that. How about that? The crown I want to make work, but maybe the crown could work with whatever. Ooh, the Charred Hunter. Nate Dog 20 coming in with a tier 1 sub for 74 a month. Oh my god, 74. You know, thank you very much, Nate Dog, and thank you so much for all the other support you've done over the years. I really appreciate it. Don't you think for a second I don't know about it. Thank you. And welcome in. I'm going to do a Bean Boozled for you in a second. I just got to pick out a good... Ooh, that looks cool. Ooh, I kind of like this. Yeah, let's roll with that for a little bit. Let's see if we switch it. Alright, let's go. Let's see if we got any blood gems. Remember our conversations many, many years ago about voiceover work. So glad you took the plunge. Proud of you, dude. Thank you, man. Yeah, it's been... Honestly, the big thing to me was, like, you look into it, and especially with AI, a lot of people... This is a really important thing to say to anybody out there that might be impressionable here. When I was looking into, like, doing voice acting, like, kind of transitioning to at least making it part of what I do, like, full-time or whatever, part-time, whatever you want to call it, there were so many naysayers, not to me, but doing research, like on the internet, of like, oh, don't do it, it's impossible to get into, you won't be making any money, AI is coming out, so you'll never be able to do it full time. Do not listen to any of that garbage. That shit was not at all my experience, and I hate how much of that shit that I read before I decided to do it. And that was a big reason why I didn't take, like, the plunge to actually start it for a long time, because you'll just read constantly, like, it's impossible. You'll hear actual, like, cemented voice actors say that, too. Not true at all. Not true at all. I would say if anyone out there, whether it's voice acting or whatever, becoming a professional singer, whatever the hell you feel like doing, if you truly think in your mind that you can practice to the point where you're like, you're good at it, and you can offer value to whatever industry or whatever, you know, thing you're doing, whatever, just do it. And do not listen to naysayers. Again, nobody naysayed me, but I'm saying, like, doing research as to, like, would it be a smart move to, like, start it, especially with the rise of AI. Everybody and their mother would tell you no. And my experience has been so positive, and I cannot stress enough. Do not listen to that shit, because in a universe where I would have listened to that shit, like, yeah, it's just so silly. There's something specifically about voice acting where it's just like people love to gatekeep, and they love to just pretend like it's impossible to make it work. And it's not. It's not, especially if you can, like, actually, like, hone your skill to where you're good on some level. And you can, it's obviously only up from there, so. Can't stress that enough, man. Because yeah, if you look into the voice acting world and you look online, like what people say about how you can get into it, you would think it's impossible, and it's absolutely not. Absolutely not. Anyways, dare to dream is what I'm saying. Just dare to dream. Oh my god.
Gammon awaits you. Go on, good hunter.
Yo, Puchiha, thank you for the super chat as
Very
well.
Let me.
I mean, it's just the reality. Ultimately, I've just heard so much naysaying about, like, specifically voice acting. And I know it exists for, like, you know, if you want to be an
Farewell,
actor,
good
if you want to be any
hunter.
sort of, like,
May
creative
you-
on any level, it's like there's just so much naysaying. It's crazy, man. All right, cool. So, give me a second here. Thank you again, Nate Dogg, for the 74 months. For anybody that is unaware, basically any donation or any membership or pretty much anything that supports the stream whatsoever, we'll do a Bean Boozled until these are done because we got a lot left over from Mavericks. And then also, if you have a voice line you would like to see me attempt to do, feel free to put it in your donation message or resubscription message or whatever, and I will attempt to do it. Just give you direction, hey, do this line with this, or try to imitate this person, or whatever. Because that way I can improve my voice acting too. So let's do a Bean Boozled. It's gonna be... That's toasted marshmallow or stink bug. It's gonna be toasted marshmallow or stink bug. Which I think is this sickly brown color. Oh, shit. Alright, toasted marshmallow or stink bug. Thanks again, Nate Dogg. I mean, it's stink bug. I can't tell if these are just old or what, because, like, the first ones we were doing were full flavor. Now some of these just don't even feel like they really have half their flavor. It's gross. Don't get me wrong. It definitely tastes gross, but I can't tell if these are just too old or not. They might be. Because, yeah, that one almost tastes like liver and onions that we had yesterday. Disgusting. The whirligig saw, it's a great weapon. Yeah, it's true. A lot of miserable... I don't know. Voice acting really rubbed me the wrong way specifically, just because that was like the number one. I mean, they said the same thing about YouTube and stuff. You can never be a YouTuber, streamer, blah, 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 blah. Back in the day, I'm sure they say it now. I don't know, man. Voice acting specifically, like, kind of rubbed me the wrong way with how people treat that. Like, if you go to a Reddit right now and if you post, like, can I become a voice actor? They'll just tell you no. They'll straight up just be like, no matter what subreddit you're on, they'll just be like, nope, can't do it. It's too hard. Okay, thank you for the super chat as well. That's going to be Tutti Frutti or Stinky Socks. If we have one. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, that one was gross, but it wasn't, like, horrendous, which makes me think these are just old or something. Anyways, Tutti Frutti or Stinky Sock. Thank you, Puchiha. Oh, gosh, no.
Haven't thrown you some bread bits in a minute. Here you go, my guy. Hope all is well.
Yo, thank you, Watchery. No need to throw me no bread, even though you're made of bread. Watchery bread, in fact. Yeah, yeah, we got a lot of new people coming back in since we're dipping our toes back into streaming. So I've said this a bunch, but if anybody hasn't heard it, basically just voice acting. That's been the big thing. And then on top of that, Oblivion Remastered for the 100% series for the YouTube channel. Dipping my toes back into streaming because I have some extra time now. And then basically, Sydney and I are doing a lot of stuff in our personal lives to get ready for some massive changes, which I'll talk about in the near future once everything is said and done. All good things. But yeah, it's just going to take a bit of time to kind of, you know, go to that next step. And the main thing is kids. We just want to have kids, like yesterday. But thank you so much. Thank you, Puchiha. Here's this one for that. Yeah, they might be bad. It's, like, really hard to tell. They're all hitting that middle point now, but what's weird is, like, the first ones we were doing fully taste like, because I actually can't tell if that's Stinky Socks or Tutti Frutti. I think it's Stinky Socks because it tastes very sour. Like, it's gross, but it's not nearly as bad as the first ones we were doing. What the hell happened? Like, if they were bad, why wouldn't they all be bad? I don't know. Bizarre. Anyways, thanks for the, I think that was a follow on Twitch. Yeah, thank you. Welcome in. Jacksepticeye does voice acting in streams. I don't know why anyone would say that. It's a gate-kept job. It's one where the people that have done some level of, like, made it as a voice actor, a lot of them, not all of them, because voice actors are typically very cool, but a lot of them will want to gatekeep, not... They'll try to tell people, oh, it's too hard, you can't, it's so hard, you can't... I'm a really cool voice actor, I could do it, but you, nah, you can't do it. I don't know, man, it's just, there's a lot of sentiments. I think, honestly, if you're just good at it, you can do whatever the hell you want. And I think I have a natural talent for it, but also it's way harder to really get good than you think. So that's currently what I'm doing, is trying to get better. Really need to work with a voice coach, honestly, but in time. Subscribe to your first tier Patreon the other day. Thank you. Enjoy the Nuzlocke. There's a Nuzlocke going on right now on the Patreon that is, in my opinion, very good. Check it out. Yeah, feel free. Feel free. Watery bread, he is back. He hath returned the prodigal bread. The prodigal bread. I mean, I wish these were worse, because the ones we were starting off with were terrible. All right, thank you, Watery Bread, for the 500 bits as well. We're going to do one for Watery Bread. It's gonna be Pomegranate or Old Bandage, which we already did. Can't do that one. Or we're out of it. It always lands on that. I need to, like, change my flick speed, because it always lands on that one. Come on. Tutti Frutti again? Come on! It's like the same three over and over and over again. Toasted no, give me a new one. I won't stop until it's a new one. It's incredibly hard to flick this stupid thing, too. Oh, there we go. Okay, top banana or wet dog. I don't even know what a wet dog would taste like. It's got to be the yellow one, right? I would assume. Okay. So banana flavor or wet dog flavor? Thank you, Watry. I don't even know what... I don't even know, like, what... I mean, I'm assuming that's wet dog because it tastes bad, but I'm like, I don't know how in what world that's supposed to taste like a wet dog. I mean, it kind of tastes like musty. I don't even know how to describe that flavor, man. That is bizarre. It's like a musty, kind of like almost vaguely chocolatey. Yeah, I have to assume these beans just went bad and now the flavors are all wonky because these don't taste like what they're saying they do, and when they taste bad, they almost just taste like something entirely different. It almost tastes alcoholic, too. It's like an alcoholic, musty chocolate. That's the best way I can describe that. Bizarre. Bizarre. Thank you guys for the support. Gross. Is that a Woobles kit on your bookshelf, GV? Is it one of the crochet kits or one of the Loopables kits? Good eye. Yeah, that's it's a dinosaur, which is crazy, by the way, because we saw this on Shark Tank before we even knew it was a product. So yeah, we saw the Shark Tank. That was like one of the most successful Shark Tank products ever pitched. If you don't know, it's a beginner's crochet kit. It's just the dinosaur basic crochet thing. I bought it for Cindy for her birthday, so she's been chipping away at it. But yeah, she likes dinosaurs, so it's the dinosaur one. Good eye! Good eye for Woobles. Yes, good eye for Woobles, yes. Alright, let us continue. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with them beans, man. Like I said, I would just think they all went bad if the first ones we did weren't horrendously bad. Like, we did the rotten fish, and that was terrible. It tastes exactly like rotten fish. So I don't know if just, like, some of them went bad. I don't even know if the beans do go bad, or I don't know if I've just been desensitized to some of these flavors. They're definitely not the good ones, though. I think we just got straight up bad ones there. Because those were terrible. But not as bad as I remember. For whatever reason. Baba and I have a set that we wanted to start together, but we just haven't gotten around to it yet. Oh, shit. Baba and Watry still going strong. I do really wonder, like, all those old stream couples that popped up So for anybody that doesn't know, like, I streamed on Twitch for a very long time. We, like, had a huge community. It was a whole thing. There was, like, it was the typical streamer thing where, like, relationships would spring up. Sometimes people would meet each other through the chat and then meet up and that sort of thing. Not to put anyone's personal business out there, but obviously a lot of people with that, I've wondered, how are they doing? So that's good to hear. Oh, my God, 6 years. Jesus Christ. Boy, how time doth fly. Yeah, I don't think I would enjoy the Woobles just because, I don't know, when it comes to arts and crafts and shit, I'm more of like a, I guess, Lego guy or something. Something that I can follow perfect instructions for and do that. Woobles, crocheting. I saw how long it took. It said like 10 hours. I was like, oh, no, I don't think I'll ever do that. Never mind. What's up?
A tragic figure, but he will shame himself no longer. He died with his ideals untarnished. He was a true hero, and earned that much at least.
Indeed. You could say that, that's true.
Do you know why the hunters are drawn to this nightmare? Because it sprouted from their very misdeeds. Things that some would rather keep secret. A pitiful tale of petty arrogance, really. High time someone exposed the whole charade.
Yeah, what is his deal? He just wants the hunters to, like, get recompense for what they did?
Now, you seek nightmare. Now, you seek...
Yeah, because this DLC lore-wise is super interesting. It basically goes into the old days of the hunters and, like, what they did. And I guess I shouldn't spoil it, but, like, we'll see it near the end of the game, or the DLC. But yeah, they did some bad shit, and then... I think, I don't know, it just caused a lot of problems, basically. How did they even figure out what rotten fish and...
With steady stride, colored by blood, but all proud unto me, sir, only the...
Oh, we get the new weapon here that I was considering switching to, I just realized, which I've never used. I forgot about that. Yeah, we'll have to read the description at least. How did they figure out the flavors? I don't know, but I know there are literally companies that will try to match flavors exactly as close as they possibly can. A good example is in Nathan For You, which, oh my god, if anybody in the chat has not watched Nathan For You, watch Nathan For You. It is literally my favorite comedy show of all time. I cannot tell you how much I love Nathan For You. I think he kind of blew up over time with the rehearsal and stuff. Nathan Fielder, but... Man, oh man, I cannot recommend that show enough. The basis of it is basically he teaches... Shut up! He teaches businesses how to... It's like a show that's under the guise of like, oh, I'm going to help your business, but in reality it's just like nonsense. So in the very first episode, one of the things that he does is he goes to like a yogurt shop, frozen yogurt shop. Shut up. He goes to a frozen yogurt shop and he says, oh, we'll do a poop flavor so that, you know, people talk and your business gets driven up. And of course it doesn't because nobody wants to eat that. But so he goes to a flavor specialist where they like, well, yeah, we can make feces, but we never have because no one's ever asked for it. All that to say, I think that's what they do. They work with like those companies to like directly somehow identify the flavor of rotten dead fish or, you know, whatever else. But point is, go watch Nathan For You if you haven't. It's so funny. I literally cannot describe how funny it is. Which Lego kit would you buy? Any, pretty much. I mean, the only thing barring me from doing it is that Legos is yet another like super expensive hobby, and one that I'd rather save that money up to, you know, start a family and save for their future and everything like that. That's really where I'm at. So, any Legos. I love Legos. I'll put together anything. We did a tall neck for a stream once from Horizon Zero Dawn. That one was cool. Yeah, I like putting together Legos. It's always been fun. But, like Magic the Gathering, it's kind of one of those where it's like, okay, this is like a full-time spending money hobby. You know, it's quite expensive. Hello?
Are you a hunter? Do you hear?
I hear the bell.
The beast you go back to your hunt places, but only a fool.
Now, this guy has a cool weapon, too.
Bear in some places are better only fools. Bear in some only...
This guy has a really cool weapon, too. but you don't get it until very late in this DLC. We're actually going to be getting a lot of really cool weapons, so we definitely could switch if we want to, which I don't know. But anyways, to answer your question, like, what LEGO would I specifically choose, maybe? Never a big Star Wars guy, so probably not one of those big, massive Star Wars sets. I really don't... oh, you know what? Yeah, it's easy, actually. One of the, like the NES, where you can build the actual Nintendo Entertainment System, and it's got the Mario thing in it. Definitely anything like that. One of the Nintendo sets, although the new Pokemon stuff, definitely don't like how they look. Wait. Don't we get the weapon in there? Wait a second, I thought there was a weapon here. How do you get this? Found in the research hall? What? In one of the cells that you open with the underground cell key from the research hall. Man, AI sucks. AI always just kind of combines all these different things. Okay, so you go to the research hall, you get a key, then you have to come back here. That's what I thought, yeah. So I might switch to that, so we'll have to keep that in mind. These rats look so weird. Yeah. Yeah. Whoop. Yeah. 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 Thank you. Bloodstone chunk. We're looking for the Blood Rock. I'm trying to remember where that is in the DLC. Speaking of things for introducing us, how go the voiceover projects? Worked on anything fun that you can disclose lately? Yeah, no problem. I mean, obviously, you know, if it happens, it happens. I don't really have any say in it. Yeah, voiceover has been going good. Basically what happened was, like, as soon as I started voice acting, I started auditioning for tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff, thinking I might get just, like, a few things here and there. I over-auditioned, because then I got cast for more things than I ever would have thought, which I know sounds like bragging, but I'm just saying it's a good thing if you're getting into voice acting to not over-audition, because it's extremely exciting and fun. And then you realize, oh shit, I got cast for these things. And then you don't even realize how long a lot of it takes, which if you get cast for something that's especially long, you know, now you're kind of screwed because you're a part of all these different stuff. So that was cool, but also extremely stressful for a while there. And then with the personal stuff that we're doing right now, I basically had to dial it way back. So since then, I've been taking jobs and offers that, you know, just kind of fit and are things that I know that I can do, and it won't be too much of a crazy project or get out of hand. Because there was one that I worked on that just was a living nightmare. I wasn't happy with any of it, so I kept redoing it over and over and over again. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing now. As far as like anything I would disclose or anything like that, I would just say it's a whole lot of like, I don't know, if you think of it in levels. Oh, son of a bitch. If you think of it in levels, like starting at the bottom, fan projects, whatever, and then going up to like, you know, actual monetized things and whatever, animations and video games and things like that. And then maybe on top of that, you got like one or two more levels where it's like, obviously, you're in the industry, you're working with people, you're working with directors, you're going into the booth and doing all sorts of stuff. I basically been doing mostly that middle level, I would say. Which I do want to gravitate towards the bigger stuff. But right now, it's not in the cards because I would need to be working towards getting an agent. And I honestly just don't want to do that currently because I just don't have the time right now to devote to it. Once we're situated in 1 to 3 months, then I'll be able to do it, and that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm probably going to just take it to the next step. But that middle level, kind of like all paid projects, but still like maybe smaller games. You know, not AAA stuff, obviously, but smaller games, animations, whatever. I mean, honestly, I've done so many projects at this point. Whatever you could think of, I've probably at least dabbled in it. Which, like I said, I know a lot of this sounds like bragging, but I'm just trying to be clear in case anyone out there is a budding voice actor. Oh, come here. A lot of the time, I don't even know, like, what the stuff is, or, you know, I think the weird thing about voice acting is, like, you realize very quickly, when you're a part of a lot of stuff, it's just hard to remember it all. Like, you'll go into the booth, you'll do whatever, and then the project will come out, like, 3-4 months later, and you're like, oh, that's right, I did that thing. So I think there's just a lot of that, where it's like, I've done a lot of stuff at this point, but a lot of it, I just don't even remember doing a lot of the time, unless it's just super memorable. Recently, I did like 3 different sessions for this guy that has like this cyberpunk webcomic, and it's got amazing art. I'm not even sure what it's called. But, yeah, I did like 3 different characters for that, and it's like a voiced, you know, webcomic for that cyberpunk world. And that was super duper cool because I loved the characters and I loved the art style. So that type of stuff I tend to remember more just because, you know, I don't know, if it's just some unnamed cop or whatever, it's like, that's cool, but it's not that memorable. Insert eye pendant. I think we have to do this, right? Because this doesn't go. So yeah, we insert this here, I believe. Hopefully that makes sense. That was a lot of rambling.
Feeling frisky, might play with some Legos later.
Entire Lego city? Like custom made or like a set? Which my cat Ivy likes to tear. Oh god, yeah. Having cats with expensive ass Lego sets everywhere. Not good at following instructions, and I'm not creative either. Oh, I doubt that. But I know what you mean. I'm the opposite. I need instructions. Like, I remember I used to cook with a previous partner, and they were just like, I just cook. I just do whatever. And I'm like, what do you mean you just cook? I don't just cook. I need a freaking, I need a set of instructions, or I'm basically worthless. So I'm kind of the opposite. Like, if I have a good set of instructions, I'm really good with that. But if I don't have instructions, then I'm hopeless. Basically. Alright, so there is a major secret here. I think this elevator has literally 2 secrets. So I think we step on this and then step off. Step off! Then I think a secret one comes up. Look at that. Check that shit out. Isn't that funny? And then there's still another secret. I think you have to take this down now. Because you can grab this, Lawrence's skull. Oh, yeah, I forgot. You need this to do a whole boss here. And then I think you pull this, but you get back onto this. It's like a double secret. Stab out! I build Lego guns and Star Wars stuff. I'm not too creative either. Yeah, I would say I'm creative, but not in like that way. Like building Legos without like instructions is definitely not my thing. I much prefer to have a set and like build a thing. Just putting random Legos together. I don't think I'm creative in that way. I think I'm creative, but I don't think I'm creative regarding that, if that makes sense. Okay, so church cannon. Oh yeah, I forgot that's where you get that. When we go back up, step out. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of the stuff. One thing that I kind of regret is that I didn't really keep track of, like, the names of projects and things like that. I do have, like, a lot of the finished audio still on my computer, but a lot of the projects, I legitimately, like, don't even know what they're called, which sounds terrible. So, yeah, I'm not even sure. There are things that I could link to. But, yeah, the vast majority of it, I think part of it is, like, I'm such a perfectionist. If I'm not, like, literally like, oh, that was amazing, I just tend to like do it and then I just move on from it because I'm definitely still in like the learning portion, you know, so it's like, I don't know, until like every single line that I deliver is so good, I'm just like, that's quality. I guess I just haven't paid attention. I kind of just do them and submit them and then move on. But yeah, there's some stuff that I'm aware of that's like finished. A lot of the stuff just is honestly still in production. Like, that's the thing, too, is, like, a lot of the stuff takes so long to complete that a lot of it's still in the works, even though I did this, like, months and months and months ago at this point. Step out! Did you close the Discord? I noticed it wasn't showing up in my Discord anymore. If you are a member or patron, you should have access. However, currently, I am thinking about opening it up to everybody. Basically, when we, like, did the Patreon overhaul the last time, I made the Discord patron and members. So if you are a patron or a member on YouTube, you do have a link to it if you check the tabs or whatever, like where it shows all the stuff. As far as Twitch subscribers, there's no way for me to like directly... I think there is still a way you can join, though, because we definitely have Twitch subscribers. Anyways, if you're subscribed, I'll just send you an invite. So let me grab that real quick. Yeah, and basically, if anybody lets me know, I'll just obviously send you an invite. But I might just open it to everybody now that we're streaming again, just so people know when I'm live. Step off! Step off! Give me 1 second. And yeah, if you're a patron, definitely check out the Patreon channel because there is a Nuzlocke going on right now, which has been a lot of fun. Step off. Okay, so I'm gonna whisper. Oh shit! How do I even whisper this to you? I'm not even on Twitch right now. I'm literally on Twitch, but I mean like. Okay, so if I click you like this, I should be able to whisper ya. Okay, so I'm putting a link in your whispers, Nate Dogg. And like I said, if anyone's a member or patron or Twitch subscriber or whatever, just let me know or shoot me a DM wherever. Twitter works. And I'll make it happen. Okay, so now we got the research hall, one of my least favorite places in the entirety of Bloodborne. The research hall, but if we can find the key, that would be good, because I want to get that weapon, maybe. Laboratory floor 1. Does not open from this side. Yeah, Lego kits, Magic the Gathering, which I've gotten into recently, they're so expensive, like I said. Right now, I'm just like, any extra money that I have, I want to save up for a family. So it's tough to kind of, you know, justify those purchases. Don't get me wrong, if I had unlimited money, for sure, I'd probably be buying a lot of Magic decks. A lot of Legos. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to kill you. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see your eyes. No, sorry. What's up, Sarah? That's why I haven't gotten into Legos, because it's so pricey. Yeah, exactly. Yep. It's already expensive enough, like, even going out and enjoying a nice dinner now. It's like to add expensive hobbies on top of that. Like I said, I would love to, but times are tough, know what I'm saying? Okay. Hello. Hello, little guy. Thank you. Thank you for the chug. Let's go grab that item in the middle. Yeah, actually, it's insane that there's no mimics in this game. It would have been a literal perfect game for mimics, in my opinion. There's got to be a reason they didn't add them. You know? Not that they need to, but it's just like, you could add an Eldritch mimic, you know? It'd be so cool. Halo Lego sets? Those are Mega Blocks, right? Because didn't Lego not get the... I think Halo was one of the biggest Mega Blocks IPs that they had. That and like... What was it? Transformers or something? Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, let me grab you. Step off! Step off! Where you at? Yeah, if you are a patron, if you look through the, the posts on the Patreon page, it should have all the links to everything. I know it's confusing currently, but... Vishpa. There you go. Yeah, if you are a patron, there's like, if you go through the post list, it has all the perks and benefits and everything. What I need to do is just make one big master, like, pinned post that has everything, including the old save files and all that stuff. That would be the way to go. Yeah. The disc is open on my end. Try searching it. Maybe that's what it did when it wasn't showing up. Wait, what the... Oh, the Discord? Wait, is it? The Discord should not be open. I mean, if people can join, whatever, but... The Discord right now should only be for members and patrons. But if you ever join, you have it forever. So maybe you just... That's what it is? As far as I know. But like I said, I'm considering making it open for everybody. Patron room floor too. As long as the patrons and members wouldn't get mad at me for, like... making it not exclusive anymore, you know? Step on. What's up, Spirit Fan? Ow. Spirit Fant was witness to my epic Magic the Gathering victory last night in our commander pod. Were you in just utter awe, Spirit Fant? Patient Room 4-2. Were you just in utter awe at the way I piloted that deck with such masterful craft and just, man, the plays that I made, oh my gosh. Duke's Archives, yeah. Yeah, it's quite similar. I hate this place. It's not that bad as far as labyrinthine Souls areas go, but it's also very labyrinthine. It's one of these places that has like 50,000 locked doors that you slowly can make your way through. Got a job interview? Yo, congrats. Best of luck. Just be yourself, unless you can't really be yourself because you're in a professional setting. Then don't be yourself at all and just lie. Just be who they want you to be. That's what you gotta do. You just gotta lie. But yeah, congratulations. What is the liquid increasing that fountain? Well, it was poisoning me. Lore-wise, I have no idea. I'm gonna be real. I have no idea what goes on in this lab. I am very bad with the lore. If anybody knows, let me know. Gonna live with 1 HP, really? Nice, welcome in. I'll kill every last one of you nasty men. Every last one of you. You can scream as much as you want, it ain't gonna matter. I think they're throwing like brain fluid. Oh god. Oh no. Okay, guess we're doing this now. I think, yeah, there's like a thing with the research center where they're like harvesting brain fluid or something, so I think that's what they're throwing, like brain matter. I found the Discord page through the Patreon. Oh. Showing I was a member? Yeah, there's always weird shit with that because the thing is, like, the Patreon is automated, meaning anybody that joins the Discord that's a patron should automatically receive whatever tier they are, tier 1, 2, 3, in the Discord. Members are not tracked because there's no way to link YouTube members to the Discord. So what's odd is you should only be a member if I gave you that role, which basically members need to tell me so I can give them the role. So I don't know. That's interesting, though. I don't know what happened there. What's up, B2 Stealther? Laughed at how simple the win was for you last night. You just swung with all your creatures. I was so happy. If anybody knows Magic the Gathering, we do a commander pod each week, and I usually... Spirit and I are very similar in that we both go for decks that are, like, thematic or, you know, interesting, whereas I think the other people in our pod are more about kind of, like, having really cohesive decks that are super, like, you know, they work extremely well in tandem, whereas I think Spirit and I are more like, oh, I want to, I don't know, have a either really weird, interesting commander or, you know, make it all a bird deck or whatever. Not necessarily good, just like... Okay, alright, enough of this, okay? Enough. Okay! Oh my god! I can't... Can you freaking just die? Like, I don't care if an enemy is that aggressive, but the thing is, like, to give them that much HP so they just never die. That's the annoying thing. Anyways, all that to say, last night I played a commander where it was, man, what was he? His name was, it's like Rockjaw, what's his name? Renmaw. Yeah. Renmaw the Creaking Nest, which is really cool. If anybody doesn't know Magic and Commander, basically you pick one legendary creature. There's like 50 billion in Magic. And then you have a 99-card deck that kind of revolves around it. Not necessarily revolves around it, but one that kind of like works in tandem with that commander, because then you can always play your commander again, even if it dies. So you can kind of trigger things with it and whatever. So I played a guy called Rendmaw, the Creaking Nest, which whole thing was that whenever you play him, or whenever you play a card that has two different types of like tags on it, you spawn a 2/2 bird, 2 attack, 2 health bird. That then spawns one for every opponent. So everybody gets a bird, and then all the birds have to attack everybody except for me every turn. So it just creates this chaotic, like, bird craziness where everyone's got these birds that are always attacking each other, which then just triggers so much shit. Yeah, hold on, buddy. Hold on. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know, it's crazy, but I can't really do much to help you. I can kill you.
Lady Maria, please help me.
Yeah, so they're all calling out for Lady Maria here. So it was just a fun game, and then at the end of it, I had just enough to kill Spirit Fant and also the other guy we were playing with. I had just enough, because I had like 5 flyers. They were all 5/5s with an enchantment I put down. Was able to hit Nick. Nick? Who's Nick? Nick Frost from Hot Fuzz. Was able to hit who we were playing with as well. We were able to hit Nick Frost for lethal, who's also there, and then also Spirit Fant, and then also the guy we were playing with. I just had just enough damage to like deal lethal. It was such a satisfying win, but a victory nonetheless. The screams are worse. Yeah, it's basically a research hall where like they're doing experiments. I don't know again, if anybody knows the lore, let me know, because I am not understanding what happens here. I think like Lady Maria, who is one of the next bosses, she basically is like experimenting on these guys to do something. If I had to think what she's trying to do, what's she trying to do? I really don't know. She's trying to get like brain fluid for some reason, basically. And that's what's going on here, and just a lot of horrible stuff. But yeah, this place is a labyrinth. So many different pathways and things. What I'm trying to find is the key that goes into the underground so we can get the church pit, because I may switch to it, because I've never really used it. We just had to kind of get all the way to this point to be able to use it. Okay, so that's not a door. That's a door. If I just wanted sweaty magic, I would play Arena. Oh my god, Arena's so sweaty. It's crazy how sweaty Arena is when I'm just trying to grind wins in the starter decks, and it like still feels like a fight for my life half the time. I'm like, bro, this there's nothing. But that's probably because half the people are doing the same thing I'm doing, of course. Hello. Hi. Yeah. Character having a literal tantrum. Yeah, that guy was, I remember, too, with these particular dudes here, a lot of them go absolute insane. Absolutely insane. It's specifically the large ones with the poles. And when they slam their heads down, too, they deal massive damage. What does this guy have? A stinky diaper? Get away from me! What is that? Disgusting. What the hell? Not cool in the slightest. Whipping a stinky diaper at me. In hindsight, the enchantment was a threat I should have paid more attention to, but that's what's fun about the format, seeing people enact their plan and how everyone interacts. I'm not gonna lie, I was watching that enchantment. Again, for anybody that doesn't know Magic, you can put an enchantment on the board, which is basically just like a persistent effect. And, you know, a lot of them are extremely powerful, but you can remove them if you have enchantment removal, which is a bit harder than creature removal, for instance. But yeah, I had an enchantment on that was basically like, if you attack with 7 creatures throughout the game, once the 7th creature triggers it, everything gets 5/5. So 5 damage and 5 health. And so that triggered at the very last turn, and I was like, do they not know that this is about to go off? Because that's going to deal some big damage, because I had 5 birds on the board, which were all now 5/5s or 6/6s. No, actually 7 set. No, actually, I just realized, wait, I had more than lethal too. Wait. Yeah, I'm stupid. Unless I'm forgetting, because what would have happened was that one guy was buffing them all by 1 too, so they were base 3/3s, and then they all got 5/5s on top of that. So I had 8 8/8s. No, I had 5 8/8s, where I was thinking I had 25 damage. So actually, I didn't even realize, yeah, I'm dumb. I had like Omega lethal there. Anyways, so yeah, that was a nice enchantment to have. Ah! And they nobody took it out because it's one of those sleeper enchantments. You don't really think about it. You have to be looking on the board for it, because once it triggers, you get so much stats. And that was my win con. Laboratory 4/5. I'm new to this game. I'm more familiar with enchanted items in the Elder Scrolls. Yeah, Magic's ludicrously complex to get into, but honestly, it's a lot more doable than I would have thought. Like, when I first got in, I was just like, well, I'm not going to win anything because I don't know what the hell's happening half the time. Now, I can usually look at a card and go, okay, I see what this is supposed to do, and blah, 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 blah. And you honestly wouldn't think that that's the case for a while with how complex the game is. But it's so fun. I mean, once you start playing it, you really understand why it's such a big thing with nerds. But yeah, enchantments are basically just a thing. You say, I play this card, and now it's on the board forever, and it's like, you know, all your creatures have life steal, or whatever. It's a lifelink? What's it called in Magic? Lifelink. Whenever they attack, you heal from it. You know, it's just like a persistent effect, basically. Hello? No. I know. You're going to try to shoot me secretly like you are back. Yeah, how did you actually land that shot, you piece of shit? You actual piece of shit. I had thought that this table would protect me. Alright, so now we got like 15,000 different elevators, and I don't think I'm going to fully explore this area because this is such a doozy to think about. That you were making birds. Yeah, because I wanted to play Group Hug, which again, if anybody doesn't know Magic, Group Hug is basically like you're helping everybody throughout the game, but then really you have a secret win con, which very early on I knew. I was like, before I knew anything about Magic, I was like, so what do you mean you're helping everybody, but meanwhile, you know, you're working towards your own, you're still trying to win, you're just doing it in a more roundabout way. And that's what Group Hug is. So I was trying to play that for the first time last night.
Lady Maria?
But it didn't really end up like that. It was more like
You're
Bird
someone
Swarm.
else.
Yeah, what up?
Please, could you do something for me?
What you need, babe?
I need brain fluid. Murky, mushy brain fluid.
I see. Okay.
Please, could you do something for me? I need brain fluid. Murky.
Yeah, so I can't give you, like, my brain fluid?
Please,
That's the thing. It's like, I can give you, like, other brain fluid if you're cool with that. My brain fluid I kind of need to, like, put a stop to all this horrible shit that's going on. So, if that's cool, I could try to get that and maybe bring it back to you. So, just hang tight. I'll be back. My ex was into that. I watched him play one day with his friends. Never understood it. Yeah, if you... Yeah, I tried to tell Cindy, like, when we ended the game last night, I tried to tell Cindy, like, I won, Cindy! And as soon as I start talking about Magic, she just goes, just tell me the broad terms. Just tell me the basic because I try to... I'm like, yeah, but you have to understand the nuance, or else you don't understand why it was a fun win, and blah, 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 blah. She doesn't care. As anybody with a girlfriend that has played Magic can ever tell you, they just don't care. Sometimes they care. Sometimes you get a girl that actually plays Magic. It's rare. It can happen. It happened to me. It could happen to you. It didn't actually happen to me. I don't think I ever dated anyone that ever played Magic, but I think 90% of significant others just don't care about Magic whatsoever. For the exact reason that you just described. It's just too hard to understand what's going on. There's so many layers of complexity. If you don't play it, it's like you just have no idea what they're talking about. Which I get. But I'm a passionate nerd. And boy, sometimes I just want to talk about my passions. Is that so wrong? Is that so wrong, I ask you? So, yeah. 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 Okay, so the only thing we're really looking for, I think we do have to find a couple of keys here. This is such a mess to explore. I think we have to find a couple of keys. I don't know if we have or have not. I guess we'll just keep going where there's new spots. Hello. I'm not even going to visceral you. You don't need it. Oh, look at that. He's doing some of the flower. Interesting, because this ties to the next boss, which is a gimmick boss. They just had to throw a gimmick boss into Bloodborne 2. In the DLC, I should say. Imagine if that was what you heard on a first date. I mean, listen. If you can sell it, anything will work on a first date. If you're the nerdiest of nerds, and if you can sell the passion that you have, that's not in a very, like, off-putting way, which a lot of nerds have problems with, you can make it work. Especially if they play Magic. I don't think I've ever discussed... Oh. honestly, with all of my previous partners, I don't think I've ever once mentioned card games outside of Cindy. I don't think I've ever talked about my love of strategy, trading card games. All right, so I forget this part. I think you have to drop down to a you have to go to the opposite stairway. So you have to go to that one because this one's stuck and we have to raise it up. Basically is what we're doing now. Some horrible growl. Okay. You raise me up. Glad you finally got into it. I knew that once you understood some of the basics, the nuances, and sheer volume of cards had a chance to hook you. Yeah, it was inevitable. I love card games. I think the biggest thing for me was, like, I didn't realize Magic is a whole different game. Like, coming from Hearthstone, I was like, well, yeah, obviously, you know, it's a 4/4 body that does this effect, and maybe it has death rattles. When it dies, it does a thing. I get all that, like, whatever. I didn't realize that Magic was kind of unique in that anything that you think that exists as a mechanic exists in Magic. With, you know, with Pokemon, with Yu-Gi-Oh!, with Hearthstone, that can't be the case. Like, some things just can't exist, given the framework. So yeah, with Magic, that was the cool thing to understand, is like, oh wow, anything can happen. Anything you could think of
Save me.
can, like, literally be, you know, a mechanic in it.
Save.
Which is really crazy. I don't mind nerds. They're pretty cool. I knew some in school. Oh, when I'm talking about nerds, by the way, I mean me. Like, I'm full on a nerd, you know. But I think a lot of the stereotypes with nerds are obviously just like, I think a major thing with nerds that sometimes turn off people is, okay, thank you for that, is when they're, like, overly passionate about their interests, but then they don't know how to involve the other person. This is, like, a very common thing where it's like, you know, Magic the Gathering, for instance, like, you could be super duper into it, but you need to have a conversation with somebody as opposed to just eschewing nonstop information and not involving the other person. Great example, we went to our local game store and we played some Commander for Magic, and this guy sat down, and the guy otherwise was super cool. I really liked him, but I just mentioned, we dropping there? Where do we drop? So I think we come up here. We have to, like, drop on, where is it? Oh, this place is such a nightmare. So we have to get over to that side, it looks like. I had met, he had a Emrakul playmat, which is a really cool alien, a really cool alien entity in Magic the Gathering. It's like this gigantic mothership creature. It's just crazy. It, like, does all this shit. And I really like Emrakul because it's so insane. So I mentioned to him, I'm like, oh, you got an Emrakul playmat. That's Emrakul. And then he was like, yeah, man, I really like Emrakul. And then he just went on about the lore, never ending. And he just would not stop. And I'm just like, I'm new to the game. I don't... Now you're putting me in the situation where I have to nod and go, oh, yes, I know what you're talking about for, like, 80% of the stuff, which is going completely over my head. And that's what I'm talking about, is, like, sometimes it's really good to be passionate about things, but you have to, like, have a conversation. You can't just, like, diarrhea out your mouth about all your nerdy interests and just never involve the other person, or, like, take a breath, because he was just, like, overloading me with Emrakul lore, and it's like, hey, I want to learn about this, but not in this way, because this way is overloading me and I can't focus. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, we drop down. Oh, no. Gotcha! Yeah, of course. One of the most annoying things about Bloodborne is, like, when you successfully parry, but they're on a slope, so you just can't capitalize on it. No! You will not do this to me! I successfully parried you! There we go. Asshole! I'm still alive? Oh my god. Let's give the insanely aggressive guy the most HP by far. In what world? In what world, I ask you, sir? In what world? Rats of unusual size. Oh yeah, from Princess Bride, which I really need to watch. I watched it a long, long time ago, and I think I just didn't get it. I was definitely way younger, and everybody loves that movie. That's something Cindy and I really need to watch. The other movie is Weapons, which I am dying to see, but she works so early. She just hasn't, like, stayed up long enough to, like, want to watch it. But, like, I am dying to see that film. I know nothing of it. I know it's a crazy horror film. I'm so excited to watch it. But that and, yeah, Princess Bride we need to watch. Hello, rats. Hello. No, that's okay. Do your attack. Do your attack. We got limited space here. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, we're up on the rafters now. We gotta be careful. Yeah, fair enough. I think for me, it's just, like I said, it's a thing of, like, I'm passionate about a lot of stuff, but when I'm talking to somebody, I just know, like, if I go overboard and don't really involve them or, like, give them space to process what I'm saying, it's like, that's not fun for a lot of people.
Listen close, and you too will hear the sound of water.
Okay, gotcha.
Listen close. Listen close.
Okay. Well, have fun with that. I'm gonna go ahead and do my thing, but, you know, you, paint the wall with, your head splattering. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so we gotta pull this big old switch in the center here. Oh, and that ladder still goes up. Look at that. It goes up to that level. So let's roll over here. Pull the switch. Oh, I don't actually know what happens if you go up with this. Oh, there's stuff up here. Man, I forgot about that. Okay. I gotta pee, but hopefully we're in a good, safe spot. There's like a bad guy over there, but hopefully we're fine. All right, folks. I gotta pee real bad. I'll be right back. Thanks for watching. Oh, we got one of those bots that's telling me I can buy viewers. Freaking epic, brother. Can I really buy viewers? Yo, that's so epic. Why even try if I can literally just buy the viewers? You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up, Josh? Welcome in. Social awareness in this economy? Does anybody remember Plane Chase? Yeah, we tried. Yeah, like Spirit said, we tried doing it. I'm down. I mean, honestly, that's so cool. I just didn't even know that existed before we tried doing it. I'm totally down for a Plane Chase night. What I want to do is the unset night, like, use the unsets. I think that'll be so fun. Severely introverted. That's cool. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I don't know. I'm just like... It's like I want to have conversations with people, but when they just go so overboard. It's like this guy just did not stop talking. Like, he literally just would not stop to give anybody room to talk. And that annoys me, because I'm like, you have to know how to have a conversation with somebody. What's up, Back? Welcome in. Poor people in this level, they look lost and tortured. Well, hey, I'm one of those people. And I've done this many times, but I still always get, you know, confused during this part. Alright, so you gotta find these to get the brain matter, by the way. You can kill these guys, and they'll give you the brain fluid, and you can give 3 to that woman, and that kind of does a little quest line. I forget what you get from that, but that's a thing. Yeah, the money. Yeah, I know. The best card I ever pulled... Oh, look at you go. The best card I ever pulled was Vivi Ornatier from Final Fantasy 9, my favorite Final Fantasy, one of my favorite Final Fantasy characters. You would think I would keep the card, but I just don't play blue-red, so I didn't really have use for it. But, yeah, it was the borderless version, so it was like a $90 card, and that was after it was banned. Because before it was banned, I don't even know how much money it was, but I pulled a $90 card, and I said, great! I will sell this, because I will never use it. Okay, I can see a chest over here. Yeah, welcome in, Josh. Are you introverted or extroverted? I could see either. You're giving an ambivert. An Amber Alert? Yeah, you're pretty on the money. I don't know. It really depends. Yeah, I would say I'm a hefty mix. I don't think I'm one way or the other. Usually, if I'm in a new social situation with, like, new people or whatever, I'll be a lot more perceptive and kind of feel them out before I'm just, like, overtly extroverted. But depending on the right scenario and situation, I can be super extroverted, too. It just really depends. It depends on the dynamic of the group. I'm definitely, like, I think... Oh, my God! I would say I probably edge on the extroverted side. Especially when I'm feeling confident and I'm feeling... I feel like a large part for me is, like, when I feel like I can be myself. Because I think I'm a very weird person. And I think a lot of the time I'm just not going to be, like, accepted. And that's probably a thing from childhood. And let me go ahead and sit on the couch and lay into me Freud. But, yeah, I think when I feel like I can truly be myself, I feel like I edge into the natural extrovertedness of myself. When I feel like I can, or I feel like I'm going to be judged, I probably go back towards the introverted side. Hi-ya. Which is bullshit. You don't want to be like that. I'm trying to, you know, literally try to be somebody that just never cares about that sort of thing, because who cares? Life's too short. Just be yourself. That's it. But it's obviously hard to do that in practice in every situation. Patient room, floor 5. Oh, just a whole lot of corpses. All right. All right, then I'll just grab that and I'll get on my way. Oh. Oh. What's up? Arini? Arini? Oh boy, we're getting frenzied. Why are you so sweet today? Oh, okay. Okay. That's so cool. Brain tentacles. Thought I saw everything. You remind me of my stepbrother. He's the same way. Well, hopefully in a good way. Any games you're looking forward to? Pokopia comes out tomorrow, and I'm still kind of on the fence. It's a $70 or $80 game or whatever, and as many people have pointed out, this is kind of a little ridiculous for an Animal Crossing style game. Definitely looking forward to that. Elden Ring Tarnished Edition, because I actually want to like guide the whole thing on the Switch too. GTA 6, of course. I think those are the big ones. Hopefully a remaster for Fallout New Vegas / Fallout 3. When are you going to do another Let's Play Oblivion Remastered live? Oblivion looks so good compared to the original. And so excellent seeing it revamped for newer generations to try. I don't know. We just kind of ran out of things to do. I mean, I definitely could do a live episode like we did back in the day where it's like a longer live commentated episode as long as we put the focus on the episode. We definitely could do that. I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. But we did kind of all the grindy stuff. We might have to grind skills, I guess, because like that's kind of the last thing I guess I would need to really grind out. But yeah, no plans currently, but definitely happen if I'm feeling up for it, which I was really enjoying those Oblivion Remastered streams. INFJ. Introverted, but I can survive at social gatherings to the extent it could hold a conversation with somebody. Yeah, I'm really bad with remembering what they're called. I'm really terrible at that. I think when I took the test, I was an ENTP. I think that was mine. But who the hell knows if I took it now, like what it would be. That would be fun to do on stream. I always love doing that stuff. But yeah, I have no idea what I would be considered now. But last time, ENTP. Ba-da-da-da. Mix up intro extroversion with how outgoing somebody is. Oh, yeah, totally. 2 types are about where people get their energy from. Oh, is that what it boils down to? Yeah, because I'm absolutely the opposite, which is why, you know, back in the day, I think we hit some real big heights for streaming. Because I absolutely pull energy from other people. I've never understood the opposite. Like, Cindy is full-on introvert. When she's near people, her energy gets sucked away like they're like she's getting vampired or something. I am the exact opposite. Like, even when I don't have any energy, it's like I don't really care about being around people. It doesn't really suck my energy away. And, you know, when we have like a crazy stream, when there's a lot of stuff going on, it's just a exciting stream or whatever, I'm in my element, you know? I'm like really feeding off all that energy and really loving it, so... Yeah, if that's what dictates it, absolutely the extrovert. 'Cause I've never felt drained by social, you know, priorities or whatever. I've felt awkward. That's the thing for me, is I think I've had a good amount of social anxiety. But as you're saying, I guess that doesn't really tie into the extrovert versus introvert. Okay, oh my god, yet another elevator? Jesus Christ. Hooray! Extrovert. Yeah, I think we're pretty similar. I think we got some similar tendencies. Spirit, so I'm not surprised. Wait, what? Well, we've already been in this elevator. Wait, did I just backtrack? Mentally, I think I annoy people. Oh, yeah. I feel that all the time. The trick is just not caring. If I annoy people, so what? If they don't want to be around me, they'll just won't be around me. I think a critical thing is just not caring. Getting to the part where you just don't care. There's been parts of my life where I care too much, what other people think, and blah, 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 blah. But to me, currently, it's just a thing of like, hey, if I'm annoying somebody, I'm annoying somebody. Oh, well, if they hate it so much, they'll just leave. And that's fine. But as a slight suggestion... And I hate suggesting this because I know how it sounds, but I'm just saying it's helped me a lot. Meditation really gets you in front of those ideals of like, am I annoying somebody? How are they thinking of me? Perceiving me? Yada, yada, yada. Meditation, even though I'm pretty new to it, I would say, like, so far has really been cool with, I don't know, you're more in the moment. You just don't care as much. That's been my experience. You just kind of learn to talk with somebody and you just don't really have all of these, like, how are they perceiving me? Because the big thing for me has been like, what are you? You're a brain in your head, right? You're not like really, you know, I think a lot of us associate who we are with our face. We're our face. This is me right here. But I think when you get past that idea and you realize you're a brain that's having these thoughts, it's a lot easier to converse with people because it's just like, I don't know. There's not so much pressure, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So, all that to say, I've noticed my conversations with people have been a lot easier lately after I started meditating because you just, I don't know, you don't get as obsessed with how you're being perceived. Okay, wait, you still have...
Lady Maria, will I ever curl up and become an egg?
No.
What say you? Say something.
No, sorry, you're a brain sac. So I don't think you will become an egg or whatever you just said. Sorry. Bye! Alright, so here's the boss right here, but I gotta figure out how to... Man, we never got that key, too, did we? I know where that key is, too. It's like on a drop-down. PNTP? No, ENTP. No, I'm saying I got ENTP. Which was definitely the Myers-Briggs thing. Which was like... I just remember, I think it was the same thing. It called me like the debater, and I was like, oh yeah, that's me. Absolutely. It got me like hook, line, and sinker. Okay, here we go. Yes, perfect. People think I'm an extrovert because I teach, present, and sing in front of a large group. That's kind of one-way communication. Isn't bad for me. Social event full of strangers is draining. So there you go. Yep. Yep. Yeah, there's, I mean, like Spirit said, I think there's a ton of misconceptions as to what makes somebody an introvert or extrovert. As he said, it's always linked to, are you socially awkward, or, you know, how are you in crowds and stuff like that. But yeah, it's, I agree. It's much more of like, are you drained when you're near people, like energy-wise? Which for me, not really. I don't really care. Because I enjoy fantasy, your perfectionism, social anxiety. Sounds about right. Sounds a good mix. Meditated, my therapist recommended recently. Yeah, I never like to say it because I've already tried with Cindy, and I know people when you like recommend, oh, you should read this book. It's like, yeah, okay, I'll read that book. Yeah, to add it to the 50,000 other books I gotta read. But for anybody that you know, mentions things that I've noticed it helps with, I'll obviously mention it here or there. But it's really interesting. I mean, literally the philosophy of the meditation is super duper interesting. Because it's just like, yeah, what are we? I mean, we're a brain. We're not this. We're not our face. We have personality and things like that, of course, but we're not this. Like, that's hard for me when I meditate. It's hard for me to distance myself from like, oh, I'm this. I'm Austin. I'm this face. But in reality, no. I'm a brain in a head that is perceiving and observing. And there we go. Underground cell key. Nice. Found it. Okay, good. So we need to get that to get the church big. I don't. Like I said, it just makes interacting with people very different because it's like, I don't know. You're just not so focused on the moment to moment of like, am I saying the wrong thing? Do they think I'm stupid? Do they think I'm annoying? It's like you just, well, those are perceptions in my mind. Even if those things are happening, it's just what I'm thinking in the moment, you know. All right, how do we get back down to the boss? Brain piloting a skeleton meat suit. Exactly. What's up, Paraeater? Really love the way you went through and explained everything as well as you were playing. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, if they ever make New Vegas or 3, I would love to go back to that style of Let's Play. I said a lot of the time that, like, Let's Plays just don't really work in this day and age, but I think now it's more of a thing of, like, who cares? It's fun for me to go through and, like, eschew all the information I know about a game, which obviously gets bigger and bigger the more I play through it. All that to say, yeah, I would love to do it again. Like, if Fallout New Vegas gets remastered, or if Fallout 3 gets remastered, I would love to make a character and kind of do the same thing, but in the modern day. So, glad you're liking it. How do you get over to that dumb staircase? I need to go back anyways and level up. Loved both seasons. It's a great show. It really is. I have not seen the second season yet, and I need to, I know. But yeah, the first season I liked a lot. Had some issues with it, but overall, as far as a video game adaptation, probably better than we could ever hope for, ultimately. Okay, let's go grab these. Hello, slug people. Just gonna grab these real quick. Don't mind me. Just gonna grab these. Yeah, thanks so much. And then, what is the deal with this? First floor balcony. Locked. Forgetting where we get that key. All right, let's just work our way back. Sales and military leadership background. We come in all shapes and sizes. Yeah, see, that one's interesting. Yeah, because I've never been in the military, but obviously, if you're doing sales, you got to be confident. You got to own the room, right? Same thing with the military, I would imagine. But you call yourself an introvert, which is the opposite of what our perceptions would be. Lost interest? Oh, I still have not been spoiled, so we're waiting, like I said, for that. Still haven't gotten around to it, but waiting for a good night to just burn through it, because I definitely want to see it. But the New Vegas stuff, I'm very excited to see how they handle it. Reassurance seeking is a big one. I did it so much with my GF, but I got better. That one's bad for me. Yeah, that one's really bad for me. It's probably the most disgusting part of my personality that I hate the most internally. Is like any sort of validation and stuff like that. I'm very aware of it, and I hate it. Another thing meditation helps out a lot with, though. Because, you know, you get ahead of it. You think, oh, I seek validation for X reason, but then, I don't know, you just get ahead of it in your mind. You're like, well, okay, that's a perception that I have about myself. I don't need to let it define me. And that's what I'm saying. That's been the positive thing about meditating. Has been just kind of getting ahead of those thoughts. Like you're a step ahead of it, which feels great, honestly. Okay, let's go over here. We need 11 more insight to get the blood rock. I don't know if I want the blood rock though.
Gammon awaits.
I would say the first time I did a big bout of
Very
meditation,
well.
I did
Let
not
me-
understand it at all. I would definitely say you have to persist with it if you really want to get good at it. Yeah, the first
Farewell,
bout,
good
like 2 or
hunter.
3 years ago, I really did not get what I was doing, and it was honestly irritating a lot of the time. It still did help, but I just didn't really understand it fully. Whereas now it's clicked way better. Oh shit, I gotta end the stream in a second. I didn't realize how much time had passed. All right, we gotta end the stream soon. I want to try to get the church pick here though real quick. INFP. Yeah, from everything I've heard, I know people are really liking Season 2 as far as I can tell. And again, New Vegas is just so exciting, so we'll be getting to it any one of these days. I'm so hoping, man. I would love... Oh, that opens this. Oh. Hi.
Shrouded by no proud of beast only.
Right. Okay, well, keep doing that. Let's go ahead and try to grab these new items here, if you don't mind me. So we're looking for the church pick. That's the weapon we might switch to. Sun, water, meditation, stretch. Yep, currently I do it 10 minutes every morning. And it's been great. Thank you. Thank you. Yo, adios, Spirit Fan. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, adios, Kate. Yeah, we'll be ending in literally a second here, by the way, everybody. I just want to grab this one weapon because I did not realize how much time had passed already. I got to get out of here. Got to go to the gym. Okay, there's one more. This one. Oh! Oh, just gonna... Just gonna lock me right in between that door and you, so I literally have no recompense or ability to move or do anything. Okay, all right. Great. Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. Yeah, cool. Cool. Really cool. Really cool. Time does exist. Or does it? It's just a construct.
Time is but a construct in your field.
Egg, omelet, mushroom, onion, spinach, tomato, avocado, feta, bacon, sourdough. All sounds amazing. Just take out that mushroom and the avocado, and then we got a veritable delicious omelet on our hands. You actually... It doesn't matter what you do, no matter what time you roll, whatever you're doing, they find a way. They just... That would have killed me right there. They just Find a way. A highly advanced AI or some crap. Give me my blood echoes. Thanks so much. Appreciate that. Alright, now we gotta kill this guy who's hiding in here like a woo-hoo-hoo-zer. Can't see anything, so let's pop this. Sir, are you in here? Yeah, I can see you. So what do? You just literally stay here all day and just wait for somebody to walk in here? That's what you do? Yeah, how does that feel? Now check this out. Get grinded! Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait! Let me... Piece of shit. Ha! Aha! Get grinded! Oh, shit. Wait. Time in. Give me your pick. Thank you. Okay, so church pick. I've never used it. I don't think it's a flashy weapon, but we might switch to it. We'll have to look at the stats and everything.
Bear in some place. Only
Now, I think we can unlock this, can't we? Open door. Locked. Oh, you gotta come back. All right, that'll be where we end the stream today, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta get out of this house ASAP, get my ass to the gym. We're probably not gonna stream later today just because there is something going on around that time. And we just did a 3.5 hour stream. Holy shit, I didn't even realize it was that long. So we just did a big stream. So I think this will be the stream for today because it went on longer than I originally thought it would. But yeah, like I said, touch and go for now. Join the Discord or follow me on Twitter if you want to know when I go live. I do want to build up to a consistent schedule that we can do every day, but it's just gonna have to be touch and go for the next X amount of time. But we're getting very close to the end of Bloodborne though, so if you want to see the end, just keep on watching. Thanks for watching. What's your breakfast? I cook 3 eggs in bacon fat with onions. I do 2 hash brown patties with some ketchup. And 2 slices of bacon. That's like my go-to delicious breakfast, which I don't think I'm going to have time to do today, unfortunately, because I would love to. But it's also like lunchtime now. I go with white onions for that, but I do love yellow and red. It just kind of depends on what meal I'm making, you know? All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful day. We will be back, I guess, Friday around 2 to 3 p.m. Mountain Time. However, there may be a chance in the morning that I go live again, you know? Make sure to follow and sub and do all the stuff if you want to stay updated. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!